donned the crown as Milwaukee gets it done at home. The Lakers are just happy to head home after they end their 5-game road trip with back-to-back losses. We saw it go down in LA, the Rockets and Clippers. Russell Westbrook, I still am a Russell Westbrook guy. What will his intensity bring to the table along with James Harden this season? We're seeing a lot of good things in the NBA, and we'll talk about the dueling MVP duos that went down last night but are still the favorites in the Western Conference. Just how good are the Milwaukee Bucks this season? Is Giannis, who is a star, is he ready to become a superstar in the playoffs? It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Ned James Hoser, Josh Holmes down on ProView. Check us out, Comcast Channel 26, streaming Facebook, Twitter, and as well. You can watch the show. And this is not an ugly Christmas sweater, Bob Clark. This is the NBA logo shirt, busting it out on a Friday because I'm excited for the hoops. There's some great action last night, which we're going to get into and continue to talk about what has been a very good year for the NBA. A lot of good teams out there, and just how far where those dueling MVP duos go in LA. We're talking bowl games. Of course, bowl season gets started later today, but tomorrow, right here in Albuquerque at Central Michigan, San Diego State, we'll dive into the game, talk about a couple NFL prospects from each of the rosters, and also look back at some of the standout games and just a reminder of the type of players you get to see in this game. With it being 100 years of college football, the New Mexico has been releasing lists of the best games in the Bowl's history, some of the best players that have come through, and it's really intriguing. It's a reminder of just how fun it is when you get out there and get to see these guys before they get to the next level. We got NFL football on a Saturday, which we'll get into, but big games this weekend, playoff positioning, divisions on the line, Dallas, Philadelphia. Who gets it done in that matchup? How does Dak Prescott's shoulder affect him there? Big news in college basketball, and the top prospects is not coming back after his suspension, because he's just going to prepare for the NBA draft. We'll get into more global football moving.
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
As Danny Gonzalez starts to settle in, staff on deck, recruiting. I met him last night at Lobo Talks. Just want to introduce myself real quick, and you could tell this was a dude that's been through it the last few days. Just needed some time, but the excitement continues, so we'll get into that. Of course, Lobo men's basketball, Houston Baptist on Sunday. A little controversy in the women's game last night. Woo! But we'll start net in the NBA. And what we saw last night, Giannis donning the crown. Big game for the Milwaukee Bucks as they defeat the Los Angeles Lakers in Milwaukee. 111-104, a late run from the Lakers. Not enough. Giannis, superstar performance last night. Milwaukee Bucks don't have Eric Bledsoe, but Dante DiVincenzo stepping up. I like the depth that they're developing. The LeBron James AD partnership, so far so good. Road trip, they got wore down a little bit. AD did not play against Indiana. They got beat there, but they're full go last night. Big win for Milwaukee. It's just a regular season, but that's a confidence builder for someone like Giannis. Yeah. You have LeBron, AD on the other side, and you hold serve at home.
Yeah, Giannis is trying to make a statement. Shooting and scoring from three is to let people know, hey, you can't sag on me. I'm gonna take these shots. Shot a pretty good percentage, so that's encouraging. But he's not gonna always make that many threes. Mm-hmm. And so the Lakers have to be a little bit encouraged. They're on the road, tough environment, and I understand the whole back-to-back thing. I mean, that doesn't really bother me as much as the fact that they are pretty confident, and they're going to get Kuzma back and some of these other guys, and they're going to be a formidable opponent for everybody. Giannis, he's a special athlete. He's a kind of wing / forward / center / whatever you want to make him. He really took control of that game, and he brought his team along. I just think the Lakers, for some reason, this team seems special this year. I don't know how it's going to turn out. They got some tough foes in the West, but I do think that it's going to be a tough out for anybody when it comes to the Lakers. But Giannis, you got to tip your hat to him. The guy did as LeBron did, tipped his hat to him. You got to give him credit because he really, kind of imposed his will on that game last night, and the Lakers. We'll see moving forward. We'll see.
Well, what Anthony Davis has brought to the table is he's a reminder of the conversation. It's always you go top three, and the last year or two, it's really it's been LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. And all those guys have, as you like to say, skins on the wall. Yep. They've gotten to the postseason. They've won championships. But Anthony Davis hasn't been able to do much in New Orleans in his career. But now you see him, expectations stepped up. He's on a championship team. When you pair up with LeBron James, it's not, we're going to go win a postseason series. It's you're going to go win an NBA championship. But you're seeing Anthony Davis live up to that hype, remind you just how good he is. And really the depth of talent in the league right now is fantastic. But to that point, a lot of those role players that didn't make sense on last year's Lakers roster make sense now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the guys are like, what are you doing, LA? You're signing all these guys. You have this awkward young talent, but then a bunch of veterans. Well, it's making sense now because you know who's playing good? Dwight Howard in his new role. JaVale McGee settling in. Rajon Rondo, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. All these guys last year, like, this is a joke. This is just terrible roster management. And all of a sudden, it's working.
Yeah. Pope is the one that really stands out to me. I mean, I thought he was just, where did this guy come from? I mean, they must have really been reaching. I mean, he had played well when he was on other teams, but, boy, I thought they were reaching when they had him. And I thought, man, this guy – but, boy, he is the one that's kind of really stuck it to people, hitting threes and scoring the ball. But LeBron, you're right. I mean, I was lukewarm on LeBron, but now I've been sold on him. I mean, I know I come from a different generation, and I like LeBron a lot for what he's done, even though there's some things he's done recently I didn't like. But he really is the king. I mean, he is the guy. I mean, he is a guy who's going to change – the outcome of every game just, by imposing his will on the game. And, I mean, just smart, heads-up guy who knows exactly where everybody's at. He's really, really, really going to be – he's going to come down to be one of the greatest players of all time. But that game last night, it just, Giannis was just really on his game last night. He was really locked in. They were locked in. It was a tough crowd. I mean, they just really put it to the Lakers early. I mean, the Lakers came back late in the game, but it was really kind of over early.
Well, yeah, and that's what you expect. And AD is going to figure this out. LeBron knows it every single day that that is the game. You can walk into Milwaukee on a Thursday night, into Phoenix, wherever you go, and there's going to be a different intensity when LeBron's on the other side of the floor. Yeah. And it's the Lakers, and now it's Anthony Davis, and it's a Milwaukee team who's the best team in the Eastern Conference. And you look at overall, Philadelphia made a lot of moves this offseason. They brought in Al Horford, Josh Richardson. They tried to get a lot bigger across the board to go up against Giannis because, the Giannis stopper's not there. Kawhi Leonard is out in the Western Conference with Paul George. Yeah. That's what now LeBron and AD have to deal with. And, last night was a moment. Yes, it's regular season, but teams have those. And Milwaukee, they made a statement on national TV. They defeated Lakers 111-104. Now, out west, it was a very good battle between the Rockets and the Clippers. 36-18 in the third quarter. Houston outscores the Clippers, gets right back in that game, has a lead. The Clippers go on an early run in the fourth quarter, but then Houston goes on a little 7-0 run. Eventually, they pull away 122-117. Russell Westbrook, 40 points in 40 minutes. 13 of 31 from the field, 12 of 13 at the free throw line. So Russ, he's a bit wild. He had 5 assists. He has 8 turnovers. I get the efficiency is not quite there with Russell Westbrook because he's not a great shooter, but his attitude is what I want on a basketball team. I'm still a Russell Westbrook guy. You get him paired back with James Harden, who's playing at an unbelievable level. By the way, Harden last night, 8 of 16. That's it. But gets 28 points. This team attacks, they shoot, and I just think the mindset of Russell Westbrook, that edge, that determination, the guy who's never going to stop, is really going to be good alongside James Harden and give him that extra push this season.
Yeah, I mean, he and James Harden have a really special relationship. I mean, both guys, LA guys, grew up playing in the AAU circuit with each other, so they know each other pretty well. When Westbrook got the technical at the end of the game, that showed me how close they really were because I don't know if anybody else could have gotten Westbrook's face and had him kind of back down a little bit, because Westbrook really doesn't back down from even his own teammates if they're trying to reprimand him for anything. But James got into him about getting that technical foul at the end, just by taunting. But Patrick Beverley, he's gonna be back now. That's gonna be something.
Well, and they have that history because Bev is a dude that
hurt his knee
years ago in that playoff series, bumped into him and ended up
having
tearing his meniscus in the postseason. Russell Westbrook. So
and Westbrook, he's still carrying that chip from that. He's still, upset, mad, angry, and to see the guy get kicked out of the game, and then, okay, I've won, and I thought Russell Westbrook was a little bit more above some of that kind of stuff, but now I know for sure.
Not when it comes to Patrick Beverley.
Not when it comes to Patrick Beverley, but I like the leadership of Harden to let his teammates know, hey, look, nobody's going to get away with compromising a victory for us by doing something silly, even if it's Russell Westbrook, because this is essentially my team, and so I've got to show that I'm in charge and that this team is going to be good if we all stick together and don't do silly, stupid stuff like get technicals late in the game. When we've come back from so far, they were down 15 and came back, and so it was important for them to kind of get that solid win against a formidable opponent like the Clippers, to kind of ensure that they're hey, we're going to be in this thing in the end. And I think that's what Harden was looking for, was just some validation on the fact that you guys talking about the Lakers and the Clippers in the West. Hey,
we're here. Right here. We're a duo, a dueling MVP duo ourselves, Westbrook and Harden, because there wasn't any load management last night. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard were full go on the other side. Yeah. And it was the Rockets winning in L.A. Some really good basketball. Continue to dive into that throughout the NBA standings. But Giannis donned the crown. Russ and Harden go into L.A. and beat the Clippers. Really good stuff last night. Quan's Auto Care Hotline is 246-0610 or 1-888-922-0610. You can email the show, jj@610knml.com. You can also find me on Twitter. It's _JJ Buck. We come back on the other side. Bowl season is upon us. What to expect from San Diego State, Central Michigan, players to watch as well. JJ Buck, Ned James, Hoser, Josh Holland down on ProView. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company. Come on in.
Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 1,000 homeowners improved their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us in
One more. It does not slow down for the UNM women as they wrap up the Lobo Invitational tonight. They take on Ball State. Beat Providence on Wednesday night. A little controversy late last night. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, our quarterback, Ned James Hoser, Josh holding us down on ProView. You can check us out, Comcast Channel 26, also streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Well, it was 5 games in 7. A busy stretch of basketball for Mike Bradbury's team. Hey, they got the job done once they got back home. Big win over New Mexico State on Monday. Beat Providence. But then last night, it caught up to him a little bit. In the second half, New Mexico just 6 for 36 from the floor. Loyola Marymount went 15 of 34. A back-and-forth game. Despite all that, they still had an opportunity late.
Fakes left. Inbound goes to Everett. Everett driving all the way to the basket. Contact, count it. No, they're going to say it's a charge. They're going to say it's a charge. With 1.1 second left, they're going to say it's a charge on Everett. And it's Loyola ball. It looked like a game winner plus a foul.
Block or charge. Block is called. Winner, Loyola Marymount 73-72 right there at the end of the game. Chelsea Gibson stepping in, getting the call for it. Loyola Marymount. Everett, who finished with 34 points.
Wow.
Thought it should have been 36. Yeah. She said after the game, quote, I personally don't think it was a charge. We watched the video, and Gibson wasn't set. She was moving. I think it should have been a block. There's a little controversy late at the pit last night.
Yeah, but Jayla Everett's playing very well. She's the only one that's really been the most consistent this season. They're going to need some help from the rest of the young ladies on this team if they're going to, do anything in the Mountain West Conference. But that's unfortunate that final play being called the way it was called and not letting the players determine the game, kind of over officiating sometimes can hurt you. But that's just how the ball bounces. It shouldn't have been that close. That if you want to win, you got to win. I mean, it's a 4-8 team. You got to kind of put them away.
Yeah.
And
when you go
to be close that late in the game, and you're at home. It's just unfortunate that it went the other way.
You come out at halftime. UNM goes 2 for 20 from the field in the third quarter. That's how you find yourself in a one-possession game late. Having a whistle be that impactful is when you don't hit shots in the second half.
Yes, you don't hit shots. And the one out for not hitting shots is Asia Robertson. Asia, I know she's coming off the ACL, but I mean for her, to play the amount of minutes that she's playing, and I know it's tough, the fact that she's just can't really kind of get over that knee, for her to not score any points. That's really unfortunate. I know she's playing point guard, but that's the reason why the inconsistency in play of some of their more prominent players. It's what's gonna kind of hurt them down the stretch if they don't get that figured out. That's something that and I'm sure Coach works them hard, and he'll get this turned around. Ray does a good job of keeping the girls, keeping the ladies, motivated and pushing them and getting the best out of them and the most out of them. So I don't expect this to last very long. They got to shake this off and get ready for the next one.
You got it. Ball State tonight. You can hear that right here on the Sports Animal. Josh Shushan and Nikki Hekarath-Bato. Pregame starts at 6:30. Well, across the street tomorrow at Dreamstyle Stadium, New Mexico Bowl, Central Michigan and San Diego State going at it. Noon kickoff. Rocky Long squad against Jim McElwain, Aztecs, Chippewas. This is just good football. I'm looking forward to what both teams are playing.
Yeah.
It's classic offense versus defense. Central Michigan got it rolling in the second half of the season, putting a lot of points on the board on the way to a MAC title game appearance. Of course, the Aztecs, if they score 21 points, they feel like they've had a great day offensively with the way they're playing. But a couple names to watch out for. Check out Central Michigan tight end Tony Pullian. He's number 85. Yeah. But he's getting some buzz. He's 6'7", 255-pound target who was quarterback before moving to tight end,
at 6'7",
which is really interesting. Hey, we've seen that before with Zach Gentry, but a 6'7", 250-pound quarterback coming at you, that was something else. But he's playing tight end. He's intriguing because he's a really good athlete, and that's always something that pops at that position. But he's got the size, as well. And Luke Barco, the cornerback for San Diego State, number 16. He's an All-American player. JUCO transfer this senior season. Barco stepping up. He's tied for second in FBS football with 8 interceptions, has 16 pass breakups. Standout player in that secondary. Some guys to watch because we have seen plenty of players come through participating in New Mexico and going to the next level.
Yeah, and that's what's great about having an opportunity to watch these bowl games if you're in town. I mean, you're getting a preview of guys who are going to be in the league in the future. It's important for me, I think, and important for the community to go out and kind of support the bowl game. But yet and still, you're watching some quality football. You're going to see good football tomorrow. Rocky's in town. He's excited about being in town. I got to talk to him a little bit yesterday. He's obviously excited about our new coach, but Rocky's an intense guy. Now I go back a long way with Rocky because I coached with Rocky in the '90s in Texas. I coached here with him for a little bit, and we're alumni brothers, so we're allowed to give each other grief. And Rocky and I, we fought like brothers on the basketball courts, when we were coaches. So it was just good to see it and get a warm reception from him. But, I mean, this guy is intense all the time. I mean, I've known Rocky over 30-something years, and I've never seen him kind of let his break down and be relaxed. I mean, he's just intense. He's just one of those type of people. And I think he's looking forward to, making a good showing here. He's got that San Diego State uniform on. And I told him, I said, hey, Rock, man, I didn't talk to you last time you were around here because, you're into the game. I didn't want to bother you and all that. But he just genuinely seemed so comfortable and happy and relaxed to be back in Albuquerque. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, a lot of positives, and it's one of his guys, Danny Gonzalez, the new head coach of Lobo football. We'll continue to talk bowl game. We'll talk about the future of Lobo football with Danny Gonzalez in town, staff hiring, recruiting, what's on deck moving forward. Tons to get to this morning. JJ Bucknett, James Hoser, Josh's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 7:25. Let's take another look at the roads. Right now, we have an accident at Ellison and the Coors bypass with slight delays happening there. We have a crash on northbound I-25 just north of the Highway 47 exit that is blocking your left lane. We also have another accident northbound I-25 between Bobby Foster and Rio Bravo blocking the right lane. And lastly, still active from earlier this morning, accident westbound on Osuna at the southbound frontage road with delays happening there. When you head out of town for the holidays, don't overpay to park at the Sunport. Airport parking has the lowest cost parking, more than 2 times less than parking at the Sunport. And airport parking has enough shuttles to get you to the terminal door or back in 5 minutes or less. Airport parking, the only lot off Sunport Boulevard, easier, quicker, smarter. If you see an accident, give us a call on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with your Sports Animal Traffic.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Sports Animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. This radio station is so amazing. I have been on that station 25 years. I'm really, really grateful for that. Really thankful for that. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Because lives matter, results matter. $12.5 million settlement for a Glasheen, Vaez, and Inderman injury lawyer's client, resulting from a wrongful death company vehicle wreck. Call Glasheen, Vaez, and Inderman, 243-7200.
Do you love football? Then get with the program and get down to Hooters to catch the game, crazy good wings, ice-cold beer, and the best fans on the planet. You love wings. You love ice-cold beer. And who doesn't love the world-famous Hooters girls? All the games, all season. Hooters.
Catch all the games at Hooters and enjoy great specials like a draft beer and 10 boneless wings for only $10. Served up by the world-famous Hooters girls.
Make it a sportsman's Christmas this year. Save $150 on the Camp Chef Pellet Grill. Stock up on ammo with 20% off Blazer, Hornady, and Sig Sauer. Find all of these holiday deals and more at sportsmans.com/store flyer. Shop Sportsman's Warehouse in-store or online to make this Christmas unforgettable. Sportsman's Warehouse. Gear up for unforgettable.
Could you use a little extra money for the holidays? Jackson Hewitt is ready to help, whether you have unexpected expenses or last-minute gifts to buy. Starting December 18th, come in and ask a Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro how you could get up to $500 fast with an early refund advanced 0% APR loan by MetaBank. All you need to get started is a pay stub or other proof of income. Find out how we can help you get money on a prepaid card fast before the holidays. Go to jacksonhewitt.com to learn more. That's jacksonhewitt.com. Terms apply.
Hey Lobo fans, the Lobo men's and women's basketball teams have a big week at Dreamstyle Arena lined up. It starts when the Lobo men host Grand Canyon on Tuesday the 17th. Next, the Lobo women will host the Lobo Invitational on consecutive nights, hosting Providence on Wednesday the 18th, Loyola Marymount on Thursday the 19th, and Bell State on Friday the 20th. The Lobo men close out the week in a contest against Houston Baptist on Sunday the 22nd. Get your tickets now at golobos.com/tickets or by calling 925-5626. We will see you there. Go Lobos!
I am Genie of the Lamp.
Wow.
What you need? Money, right?
The money's pretty good, actually.
You must be in sales.
I could do without all the micromanaging.
A lot of reports.
Senseless monotony. And truthfully, not much fun.
But your numbers are good?
Yeah.
Hold the 3 wishes and listen to this.
Don't wish for a better job, just come get one. Cumulus Media Albuquerque is seeking a dynamic outside account executive to join our winning team. Call 505-767-6798 to learn more.
My family is very close. When we all get together, our parties are huge, all-day affairs. Grandma always does the cooking, and there's always plenty of wine and beer to go around. Like a good family, we look out for each other. If anyone has been drinking, we don't let them get behind the wheel. One of us will be the designated driver, or we arrange for a safe ride.
I was thinking this next one, 7:39.
If you drink, don't drive, because
7:39.
better than jail time. Let's end DWI. Brought to you by NMDOT.
Hey, Laura, how's it going? Oh, family's coming. Need to prep the guest room. Haven't decorated. Need gift ideas. Christmas is in a few. Whoa. Just go to JCPenney for all that. That sounds way better.
Blitz in and blitz out. It's the final days before Christmas. Shop brands that they'll love to find under the tree, like select Sharper Image and Brookstone at up to 30% off. And select Nike, activewear, and shoes for the family at 25% off. JCPenney. Offers valid 12/19 to 12/24. See store or jcp.com for details.
The Dan Patrick Show, today at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
One last chance today to win your tickets to the New Mexico Bowl. Coming up shortly here in a few minutes. However, buy your tickets if you miss out. Join us out there on Saturday. I'll be there. Ned will be there.
Yes.
We'll take in some football. Jeff Siembieda very busy this week, but very excited for what we have on deck. Central Michigan, San Diego State tomorrow, noon kickoff. Get out there early, enjoy all the fun events going on beforehand. And just good football. 2 good teams, good coaches, solid. That's just a solid game.
Jeff Siembieda, hardest working man in show business.
He works 1 week a year. What is he doing?
He works 1 week a year. He's doing basketball games. He's doing football. He's doing coaches.
Just kidding, but excited to be out there tomorrow. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Ned James, Hoser, Josh Holness down on ProView. You can check us out, Comcast Channel 26, as well as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. How you feeling, Cowboy fan?
Uh-oh.
Questionable shoulder with Dak Prescott, but these guys can be good to go on Sunday, but how impactful will Dak's shoulder injury be in the game of the year? Cowboys, Eagles in Philadelphia. NFC East is on the line. 7-7 football teams, but you know what? That doesn't matter because all you got to do is win the division to get to the playoffs. Dallas sitting there 4-0. The Eagles 3-1. This is the game.
Yeah.
So how impactful will Dak's shoulder injury be on the field?
They give you that good juice in the NFL. That's the one thing I do miss about that now. I had a shoulder. This was 100 years ago. Well, it's about 30 years ago, I should say. I was in Seattle with the Seahawks. And I was a younger guy, so I could throw practice. I could throw, run around. And I came in one day. I could not lift my arm up. I'm like, I couldn't move it at all. And the doc says, well, what's it? Oh, you probably got a little burst in there. I said, but doc, I've never in my life experienced this where I just could not even lift my arm up. Gave me one pill, boom, I felt like Superman. I could throw for days. So, and when Dak, so when Dak says that, hey, I'm gonna be all right, and he hasn't thrown the ball yet, he'll be able to throw. How effective he'll be. The toughest thing for the Cowboys won't be Dak necessarily. It's playing a road game in Philadelphia in the wintertime on the road. I mean, that's tough on the road, a division game. That is tougher than the injury.
It's supposed to be clear in 46.
Doesn't matter. It's on the road. And it's cold. It's outdoors. They play indoors in Dallas. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough game for them. Mean, traveling to the East Coast.
I've been on the Cowboys. I still think they're
everybody's on the Cowboys.
The best team overall. Now, Carson Wentz late has done some special things.
Yeah.
And it might have been ugly against the Giants and last week against Washington, but who was 11 for 11 at one point in the second half? Who threw two touchdowns in the second half? It was Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you have to be concerned about in a close game if you're the Cowboys. Is Carson Wentz, even with no one left to throw to, is still the quarterback that can get it done.
Yeah. But who has the coaching edge? It's the Cowboys.
Oh, what?
Garrett.
What?
Yes.
What?
The Cowboys and Jason Garrett. Now, hey, listen.
They have the clapping edge.
Yeah. Now, everybody's going to want to jump on the Philadelphia Eagles coach because he's won a Super Bowl. Okay.
Skins.
Jason Garrett's been there 10 years. Who do we give the coaching gauge? Now, the reason why I say that, the reason why I say this, I say that to say this. The reason why the Dallas Cowboys, and you want to say, okay, it's going to come down to, who possesses the ball last, who can win the game late and all that sort of stuff. But no one ever gives the coach credit. When Dallas wins, it's all about the players. When they lose, it's the coach's fault. I mean, everybody, these fans sound like
You've caught on, Ned.
It's the play. The fans are sounding like the players now. When the players win the game, it's all about them. When the players lose the game, we need better coaches. That's how it goes. Coaches, on the other hand, when we win the game, it's because of us. When we lose the game, get me some better players. So, I mean, it works both ways. So you can't have it both ways, Dallas Cowboy fan. If you're a true Dallas Cowboy fan, you're either on the coach or you're off the coach, and you're with the Philadelphia
Eagles.
Eagles.
Here's the thing. I think people are off the coach, but still believe that they can win this game, and thus the division.
With Philadelphia, no coaches.
No coaches. No coaches. Just the players. Dak Prescott, is he going to need to have a big day? Yes. Philadelphia has been so good stopping the run this season. They're giving up 90 yards per game, under 100 yards rushing. But Dallas, did they find something last week with both Zeke and Tony going over 100 yards? So is that actually an area where they could be successful, where you don't think that's necessarily going to be the impact in the game against such a good run defense, is getting Zeke going, getting Tony Pollard, and then Dak hitting those plays downfield?
Yeah, running the ball is important in the NFL, and running the ball is important in college football as well. But you got to score the ball. I mean, who's going to score? Which team do we think has the ability to score more points?
And you look
all you need is one more point than the other team.
But then you look at last week, Dallas put up 44 at home against the Rams, Philadelphia 37 on the road at Washington. So they're coming off games where they found the end zone.
Yeah. Now, that being said,
it's going to be a much tighter football game.
Right. It's going to be tighter, and it comes down to coaching, or does it come down to the players? You got to make your mind up. You can have
it.
If they lose it late,
all the ways
because
you
of
want
the players, or is it because of the coaching?
Now in Dallas, everything's on Jason Garrett. Like, Dak Prescott could throw 4 interceptions, and the story of the game would just be, Jason Garrett was just clapping. He did not do enough. He didn't get in the offensive coordinator's ear enough to help Dak.
Yeah. I love it how people describe the mannerisms of the coach and make that the I guess that indicates how well he can coach or not. But with that all being said, the Dallas Cowboys are on the road in a division game, which is tough. If you win a division game on the road,
even though it's 1.5 points, they're favorites on the road. It's tough.
I don't
it's
get
hard.
Point spreads when it comes to division.
I know
games.
you don't.
Division games doesn't matter to me, but with the team winning a game like this, it's all about the coach. It ain't about the. Now, if they lose,
that's
it's
the
about
case,
the players. It's about the players.
Cowboy fans aren't feeling good then, right? If it's all about the coach.
Yeah. If that's, I think you're right.
There you go. They're a little weird. What do you think, Cowboy fan? I know the Eagle fans are out there as well. This is a big game. Yeah, they're 7-7, but you know what? It's about the division. It's about getting to the playoffs. All you got to do is win your division,
and it takes a village.
Right there.
It takes a village
for both these teams on Sunday. So who do you think has the edge on Sunday, Dallas or Philadelphia? Quan's Auto Care hotline is 246-0610, 1-888-922-0610. It is that time. Last chance today. So you need to get here by 5:30 today.
Yes.
To pick up the tickets. Don't be calling us in the morning. Don't be like, hey, I want some tickets this week. Can I come pick them up? No, I'm sorry. You got to get here today by 5:30. Caller number.
Let's go caller 8.
Caller number 8. So you're going to get an opportunity to pick up your phone right now, pull over, dial us up, 246-0610. The last pair of tickets we have on the opening drive for the New Mexico Bowl. Central Michigan, San Diego State tomorrow. Caller number 8, 246-0610. 1-888-922-0610. A pair of tickets to the New Mexico Bowl. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company, come on in.
world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience.
So if you have the opportunity, 8 o'clock. The 8 o'clock segment. Get yourself to Comcast Channel 26. Pull up the stream. Find us Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/theodntheam. We found a highlight of the Ned James on the football field.
Uh-oh. When he was thin.
Lobos, Aggies, 1986.
Wow. Well, I found one. Remember during the summer last year? Yeah, we heard a call there, Ned James coming in.
That's right.
But we have video that proves
exactly, not just
Ned James played football, that he might know what he's talking about,
a little bit,
and why he likes to take shots at the Aggies. So at 8 o'clock, if you can pull up the stream, you can find us on Comcast Channel 26. We have video proof that Ned James is indeed who he says he is.
An extra special benefit. Extra special benefit.
And
little brothers to the south.
It's against New Mexico State. So stay tuned for that. We'll play the video on ProView. It's the opening drive here at 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Ned, James Hoser, Josh holding us down over there on ProView. So Tom Coughlin was fired this week in Jacksonville. And cornerback A.J. Boye had one thought when he locked into the locker room on Thursday, that he was late. Boye said that he thought he was going to miss the start of the team meeting, and he had that gut feeling. It's like, oh, dang it. But only to realize that he had plenty of time. He had 5 more minutes, to be exact. Because one of the first things that the Jaguars equipment staff did on Thursday was turn all the clocks in the facility ahead 5 minutes to the exact time, to the actual time it is in the world in Jacksonville at that moment. Because under Tom Coughlin, he was the guy that if the meeting starts at 1, you need to be there at 12:30 or 12:45.
Well, wait a minute. I thought they had a head coach named Doug Marrone. I didn't think the head coach was
by
Tom Coughlin.
title, but Tom Coughlin was running the show, and it was one of the noticeable differences in the facility for the Jaguars is the clocks actually saying the right time.
Well, that's incredible. The thing that I remember most about Coughlin was I had to do a camp one year up at Louisville with Bobby Petrino, who was a disciple of Tom Coughlin when he was in Jacksonville. And one of the things Coughlin also did was when you coached, and if you've been in Florida, the sun is just glaring all the time because it's Florida. You couldn't wear sunglasses. So I'm at this camp, and I'm a veteran coach. So and all these guys and Petrino's telling these guys, well, you can't wear because the players have to see your eyes, and that was a Coughlin rule. Coaches couldn't wear 15 minutes. Boye's getting off good because in New York with the Giants, you had to be at a meeting 15 minutes before the start of the meeting. Now, I understand the military background of Coughlin. I understand, and hey, the guy won 2 Super Bowls, so you got to, and he wants.
Did you hear about that?
He wants a.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Just like Eli Manning.
Same 2, right?
Wow. Same.
Won 2 Super Bowls. They can do whatever they want.
And he won a couple conference championships at Jacksonville. So, I mean, the guy, you got to give him credit, but as far as the discipline, he had Michael Strahan showing up 15 minutes early. So Boye got up early.
It's one thing to be showing up early and having those rules, but when it gets to the point, and we found out this week that I think like 25% of the recent grievances from the NFL Players Association were filed against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the players were winning most of those. The NFL Players Association sent out a letter to its members saying, just watch out if you sign with Jacksonville. Watch out. They'll fine you for everything. Yeah, it gets to a point where you're not winning. the rules aren't working. It could actually come to hurt your team in the offseason. Shad Khan, the owner, was like, all right, Tom, thank you.
Yeah,
I've had enough.
Colonel Klink. You had Colonel Klink at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And hey, God bless him. Tom Coughlin, heck of a coach. You know, he's got the military background. I mean, he as far as setting the clocks back, I mean, the thing that got me was when I was in Cleveland last year, we had a couple players that were from Jacksonville. And because I had coached Doug Marrone in the World Football League in the 90s. And so I said, hey, how's Doug Marrone? What's it like? How's he like as a head coach? And they were looking at me like, head coach? He's not the head coach. I go, he is the head coach. They go, not so fast. There's a guy named Tom Coughlin there that's kind of running the show. I'm like, no, Doug's the coach. Doug's no.
Well, we always talk about the dynamic in Dallas and with Jerry Jones and his press conferences, and is he doing too much? But how would that affect a football team where you have players knowing that, all right, Doug Marrone's out here walking around as a head coach, but it's Tom Coughlin?
It's every NFL team is unique that way. Some teams where the owner has a little bit more influence. When I was in Tennessee, it was Jeff Fisher had the best of all worlds because the owner lived in Houston. So he was never in Tennessee. They never moved officially from Houston, and he couldn't get any of his family members to move to Tennessee. They would move there for a month and say, we like it better in Houston. So you got total autonomy. It's just you and the GM. You're running the show, and as long as you guys get along and you're not fighting, the owner doesn't have to show up. Things work well. So every team is unique in how they're organized and how, you got John Dorsey up in Cleveland, a lot of ownership around, a lot of family members around. So, those things are things that you got to deal with, and some teams are better at handling it. Other teams aren't as good at handling it. So it could go a lot of different ways, but for the most part, the NFL has rules regarding the ownership and management and how players are handled, how monies are taken away or how monies are given, because a lot of times you're under contract and you can't speak to other teams, or maybe they decide they want to fire you, then they don't want to pay you. I had an incident where my contract wasn't renewed, but I had an extra year on my contract. Well, there was a new GM that came in, and he was like, well, why do we have to pay these guys? They're not here anymore. So he stopped paying. Wait a minute. We have contracts now. Well, we don't have to pay you. Then you have to go through the league office and the league council. And so there's all kinds of rules, and there's all kinds of different organizations that are run different ways. And so this is just one of those things that happens. There's all kinds of and it's every business operates that way. There's a lot of businesses that operate
and it's about
in crazy ways.
Well, I think just finding that balance. You have to have the players, you have to have a good team, but then you still have to have enough synergy between the coach and the front office.
Yeah.
You have an overbearing owner, so there's so much going on, and you remind us all the time. We love to hot take it, we love to react, that's why we're here, but just how hard it is to win in that league with everything that is going on.
Yeah. And coaches are special. I mean, in Cincinnati where you just have no resources, like the coaches are doing the scouting, they're doing, wherever.
I'm scared for Joe Burrow because I do like him. The LSU quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner.
I tell you, going to Cincinnati.
He's going to Cincinnati. They don't invest in that football team.
They don't invest in anything. I've never seen anything like Cincinnati. I mean, you can't even get a treadmill in the training in the equipment.
Sure, they have a Peloton by now.
What do you and it's a funny story. I mean, Marvin Lewis told me this story. It was hilarious. He basically said, "Hey, we need a treadmill in the
a treadmill, just a treadmill,
just a regular. You can go buy one at Walmart. We need a treadmill for the weight room. What do you need?
You just run outside. What do you need a treadmill?
What do you need a treadmill for? The only person that'll use the treadmill is the secretaries. We don't need a treadmill. I said, he actually said, the owner actually said, well, the only person when we had a treadmill, the only person that ever used it was the
Cincinnati. The Bengals for you. That's the Bengals for you. What's up, Ohio? At least you have Ohio State football in the college football. At least the Buckeyes have treadmills. Get to Comcast Channel 26. Pull up the stream. Because we have video evidence of Ned James on the football field
when he was
wearing
had hair, was skinny,
Lobo uniform against New Mexico State. So get to Comcast Channel 26. Pull us up, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/theodintheam to find the stream, because we will play that video coming
20
next. JJ Buck, Ned James Hoser, Josh. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Dan Patrick Show.
I just want to see football. I don't want it to be penalty, couple of plays, penalty, and that's what you had. And I'm not sure why the NFL would do that, where you go above and beyond the Call of Duty to call more penalties. I think if it's obvious, egregious, then call it. But, it's flags interrupting the flow of the game.
Weekdays at 1, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
In most situations, it's easy to debate who is the greatest of all time. But when you need collision repair, there's only one clear GOAT. Quanz has won a Best of the City award for the past 6 years straight. Don't go to any collision repair shop. Go to the better collision repair shop at Quanz Auto Body. Our award-winning customer service and certified collision repair makes Quanz better than the competition. Make the better choice and visit Quanz Auto Body in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho.
Hi, this is Jan. Thanks for calling Toyota.
Hi, Jan. I heard Toyotathon is on.
We've got great year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, Tundra, Highlander, and more. Do you hear that?
That would be my mom. I'm home for the holidays, and apparently she's still eavesdropping on my calls like she used to.
What was that again about year-end deals?
Mom.
Sorry, honey.
Okay. Toyotathon is on now. Come in today.
Right now, get $2,500 cash back on a new 2019 Highlander or $2,500 cash back on a new 2019 Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Cashback savings from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. does not include college, grad, or military rebate. Must be applied to the transaction. No cash payment will be made to consumer. Highlander
being Lamar before Lamar existed.
includes hybrid. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers.
I said he was being Lamar before Lamar existed. Or Michael Vick.
Toyota Albuquerque or Larry H. Miller American Toyota. For more information, visit Toyota.com. Toyota.
The holidays are coming.
Return this holiday at Kohl's. 15 and 20% offers valid December 10th through 24th with promo code Big Savings. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML Albuquerque, the sports animal.
Get to your television sets. Pull up your screens. Just moments away from showing you Ned James indeed played quarterback at the University of New Mexico, as we have highlight. Yes, it's a highlight, not a low light, a highlight. Ned James from a game back in 1986, New Mexico State. This was at University Stadium, so it was a home game.
Yeah, home game.
Here in Albuquerque, just moments away. So get to Comcast Channel 26, pull up the stream. You can find us Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Just go to our Facebook page as well. It's right there, facebook.com/PODNDAM. JJ Buck, Ned James, Hoser, Josh Holness down on ProView. Quan's Auto Care hotline is 246-0610, 1-888-922-0610 to get in today. You can send an email, jj@610kml.com. You can also find us, or find me, on Twitter. It is _JJ Buck. So get to your TV set, get to your screen, play it. We'll run it back a little bit later, too, and we can sync up more of the audio. But this is it. This 1986. It's New Mexico State. Let's get it going.
You can probably see the Jerry curl.
Ned James under center. Lobos in their cherry uniforms. Look at that.
Get a first down without scoring a touchdown, but you see what a tiny margin.
Oh, look at that.
There is for that to happen.
Oh, still alive.
Get a big break here.
Go to the end zone.
James looking for 7.
Oh.
Dodges.
Did you see that athleticism?
Kinder's chasing him.
Can't catch him. He's skinny.
For the touchdown.
Touchdown! Look at this on replay. The fake to the running back. Ned James going to his right. He's like looking around. Nope. Oh! Makes the miss. Coming back to his left. Eyes downfield. Look at that athleticism. Back and forth. Throwing on the run.
These are bad now.
Woo! Touchdown, New Mexico.
Touchdown.
Fantastic.
Gary Ness. Good man.
Love that right there. Just the athleticism, the eyes downfield.
You had that athleticism.
I knew you did. I never doubted you, Ned. I never doubted you, but some people out there might have there.
Not bad for an old guy.
Final score of that game, by the way, New Mexico 45, New Mexico State 14.
Yeah. I have no comment. Aggie fans. I don't want my tires slashed when I go to my car today.
I will say, Ned, I saw the completion percentage at your 58%.
Yeah.
I know you're a 60% guy. I was like, all right. But then dove a little deeper. 527 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns. But you caught 12 passes that season?
I caught 12.
What were you doing catching 12 passes?
They would move Terrence Mathis. Mathis would play quarterback sometimes. I would play receiver sometimes. Billy Rucker would play quarterback. And sometimes me and Terrence would both play receiver because this whole thing, this athleticism thing, they were really big on, hey, let's get these guys out on the field. All of them. And Rucker was a really good player, too, the quarterback that played with me as well. He could really run. I was a little quicker, but he could really run, too. So
Rudy line one.
All the athletes on the field at the same time, so it worked out pretty good. I caught.
That's impressive. You averaged 14.5 yards per catch that season, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Wasn't bad for a skinny guy.
Quarterback.
Yeah,
out there as
trying to be an athlete.
Look at Lamar before Lamar. Ned James out there.
Yeah,
527 yard dressing, 174 yard receiving. Where's that? I don't see Lamar Jackson out there catching passes.
That's right.
Plus a touchdown.
Yeah.
So he had 700.
Had a 70-yard touchdown.
701 yards from scrimmage, 5 touchdowns. And then you go to 1,700 yards passing with 14 touchdowns, just 8 picks. Very nice season.
Not bad.
Look at that.
Not bad.
Video evidence, proof. Our very own Ned James out there getting it done on the football field. We'll play that back for you a little bit later as well, but that is phenomenal. That was just a great play. A little halfback fake.
I love hearing the old commentators. Yeah. Oh, look at that juke. Look at them shaking.
And Ned James, and it's a touchdown. Lobos.
Same song. Same fight song. You hear the fight song.
Quad's Auto Care hotline is 246-0610. Rudy, you're on the opening drive. What's up, Rudy?
Oh, hey, I had to watch that highlight for Ned. I remember. And
we all had hair back then. Remember that, Rudy? We all had hair.
Yeah. We did, and I was even louder than I am now. So can you imagine that? I just remember we started the season 0-4, and Ned took over, and you can actually see him, JJ, like drawing up plays right there in the huddle, saying you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and I can't remember how we ended up, but I think you won like four games in a row or something like that, Ned, that year. I just remember you rallied the team.
Yeah, a couple games in a row. Yeah, I rember. I don't quite remember how many, but we
won 3 in a row. You beat UTEP, Utah, and New Mexico State.
Utah, that was the game. Yeah,
there you go.
Gary Anderson, the coach of Utah State, was the center the head coach at Utah State was the center on that Utah team that we beat. 48-45 at the end of the game. They stopped them 4 shots inside the 1. I remember that.
Well, last night I wanted to fast forward to last night because Danny we had an event for first team, and it was an organization that just for whatever reason evaporated. And I think part of Danny getting this job was some demands that he made of UNM and how they're going to do things going forward in terms of Lobo Club and involvement of the community. And I thought what Danny said last night to the first teamers, and you know who they are, Ned.
Yeah,
they're the guys that have
some
just
guys
been around forever.
Yeah, Apodaca and some of those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was at Rocky Hughes' house. So if people out there, if you're listening and you're interested in the football program, contact anybody there. Call me, call anybody, and we're going to get the first team. We're putting the band back together. Let's put it that way, okay? And I think everybody knows what that means. And I really, really think that Eddie's hit a home run here. Because the more you talk to Danny, the more you're convinced that he can get this done. And I think he's going to put everything that he has on the table and just, get the players that we need. And one of the things he talked about is next year we can have a pretty good team. We have 33 seniors. And he's meeting with each one of them personally to make sure that they're on board with his philosophy. And, I was talking to him, and there's a great book called Bo's Lasting Lessons. Have you ever read that, JJ?
I have not.
No.
It's written by Bo Schembechler. It was actually written by John Bacon with Bo Schembechler right before he passed away, and it's how Bo coached at Michigan and how he got the team ready to beat the team that could not be beat in 1969, Ohio State, who had crushed Michigan 50-14 the year before. Michigan pulled the biggest upset at that time in the history of college football, beating Ohio State in 1969. That was the start of Bo selling out the stadium and 100,000 people. And I'm talking to Danny about it, and I'm watching Danny's press conference, and I'm realizing that Danny has read that book. And that's the kind of guy Danny is. He's just steeped in football, and I really think that that's going to pay dividends. So I couldn't be more excited or satisfied with this hire. So we'll see going forward. And, one more thing, get out there and support this bowl game. We need you.
Oh, we'll be out there. Rudy, appreciate the phone call.
Yep.
See you at Dream Style Stadium tomorrow. Now, might be a good thing, Rudy, to send a copy to Jim Harbaugh. He could probably use some lessons on how to beat Ohio State right now.
Yes, he needs to beat Ohio State.
Because it's not going well for them in that game.
But I think Jim Harbaugh, the thing, I admire the most about Jim Harbaugh, and I know he hasn't beaten Ohio State since he's been back, but what he did in the NFL, his brother was smart now. He took the coordinator that he had that he, beat in the Super Bowl, which probably, it could have went either way. I mean, that play against Crabtree at the end, could have went either way in that Super Bowl. But Jim Harbaugh, he kind of really revolutionized, and he was a quarterback in the NFL, so he came from a pro-style offense to take Colin Kaepernick and do what he did to get to a Super Bowl, and then his brother saying, aha, that's how you do it, okay? If I can't beat him, I'm going to join him.
Knowing that you're at the end. Joe Flacco didn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
But to go a complete 180 and buy in Greg Roman, the OC, worked with Kaepernick and the 49ers, now with Baltimore, seeing what that offense is doing, and that's why Lamar Jackson is front runner for MVP right now, the way he's playing in that offense. And Baltimore, I think, is the best team in football. Now, any given Sunday, maybe you say, oh, it's the Niners this week, or maybe it's the Saints, but those are the 3 best teams in football right now. Yeah. Postseason, it's an entirely different ballgame. Everything tightens up, and when we look ahead, a team we'll talk about, the New England Patriots. They have Buffalo. Will the Bills flame out, or will Bills Mafia be riding the momentum of clinching a playoff spot? We have some Saturday football in the NFL. Big one to get into. Playoff standings, NFC East, Dallas and Philadelphia. And what a video it was watching Ned James throw a touchdown pass against the Aggies. We'll play that back for you a little bit later if you missed it, so get to your TV or pull up the stream when you get a chance. The opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company. Come on in.
Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
We'll talk Lobo basketball. Jump around the Mountain West. 9 a.m. Jeff Grammer, Albuquerque Journal, going to join us. Big weekend for Mountain West hoops. Tomorrow, Utah State at Florida. San Diego State takes on Utah. Of course, the Aztecs still undefeated, 20th ranked in the country.
That'll be a good game.
Utah coming off their victory over Kentucky this week. That game was played in Vegas. And this game, I think, is up in L.A., I want to say.
Oh, really?
It's one of those like classic games, something going on. But it's San Diego State and Utah. But Utah State taking on Florida, so some big games right there. Lobos, Houston Baptist. It's just handle your business on Sunday for the Lobo men's basketball team. Last night, some controversy late on the basketball court with the women. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Ned James Hoser, Josh holding us down on ProView. Check us out, Comcast Channel 26. Find the stream, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The Lobos taking on Loyola Marymount. They did not shoot well. They were 2 of 20 from the field in the third quarter. Had a bad second half shooting, but still were so close in the end, and it was one of those buckets down inside. Everett driving the lane, thought they had the and one. Nope, whistled for the charge. going the other way. Lobos lose 73-72, a frustrating loss. Tough on a back-to-back. You're playing 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
But it was a 3-win team coming in that got win number 4 on your home court, and that one stings.
Yeah, that stings because it's a team you should beat, and to let it come down to the last second shot is really tough. The Lobos didn't shoot particularly well coming into this game. I mean, coming into the game they shot well, but this game they just didn't shoot well, and I just Asia Robertson just not putting up any points in the amount of time that she was on the court is just a little bit disheartening. So I'm expecting a rebound. I'm expecting them to come back this game and really kind of show their wares. They're a good team, and they sometimes you kind of maybe get a little more relaxed when you're at home and kind of let other teams that are not supposed to beat you sneak up on you. And so that's why you have coaches that like you talked to Coach Snow the other day, and he was kind of worried about our game against who did we just
Grand Canyon
yeah, Grand Canyon on Tuesday, and he's a little nervous about the fact that guys once you can kind of get comfortable when you're at home and, hey, look, this is the team we're supposed to beat. Shouldn't be, we're rolling, we're pretty good. And, you start smelling yourself a little bit too much, and then, somebody sneaks up on you. And that's what appears to have happened here against Loyola Marymount. So,
well, they'll have a chance to bounce back as they wrap up the Lobo Invitational tonight. Women take on Ball State, 7 o'clock tip-off, 6:30 pregame. You can listen to that game right here on The Sports Animal. Josh Shushan, Nikki Heckroth, Lobato. And then they can take a little bit of a breather into the Christmas holiday after 5 games in 7 days. But some big news in college basketball last night as one of the top prospects and players, freshman James Wiseman, announced that he is withdrawing from the University of Memphis to spend his time preparing for the NBA draft. Now, Wiseman was one of the top recruits in the country. The big signing for Penny Hardaway, who is the new head coach at Memphis. Now, this one was frustrating because you look at it and it's in retrospect. So James Wiseman was suspended by the NCAA 12 games for taking improper benefits from Penny Hardaway, his coach. However, when this all went down, Penny Hardaway was not the head coach at the University of Memphis. And I don't know how Penny recruits if he's, quote-unquote, a booster. But now he's the head coach because this all goes back to 2008 when Penny Hardaway made a $1 million donation to the University of Memphis for he made a donation to his school. He's an alumni, so he invested in it. And then back in 2017, Penny Hardaway made a payment to Wiseman's mother to help him move because at that time Penny Hardaway was a high school coach and not anywhere near. I don't think anyone thought Penny Hardaway was going to be the coach of Memphis anytime soon. And so that's what this goes back to. It goes back to a booster, which Penny Hardaway was classified as because he donated to his school. Then he gave James Wiseman's mother money to move so Wiseman could be on the high school team that Penny Hardaway was coaching. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But then the NCAA comes in, suspends Wiseman. Now, remember, Memphis was kind of fighting it at the beginning of the season. Like, we're going to play him anyway. And he played a couple games, and then eventually he sat down and served a 12-game suspension. I guess he was about 7 games into the suspension, and he makes a decision, and a lot of people might be caught off guard. Like, oh, where did this come from? Why did he do it now? You know why he did it now? Because he doesn't want to go back to school. It's in between semesters. The first semester's over. He doesn't want to go back to class. He doesn't want to deal with the suspension anymore, so he's going to prepare for the NBA draft.
And that's the thing, these guys these one and done guys, school is the thing, Well, am I going to school? Am I just pretending to go to school? Because that drove Bobby Knight out of college football because of our guy that's in with the Brooklyn Nets now, Kevin Durant, would call his buddies that were at Texas Tech when he was at Texas, and they were going, well, we got to go to study table. And well, what's that? He's like, well, don't you got to go to study?
Ready for a sweet deal?
And it was because, Kevin Durant was getting ready to go to the NBA. He was a one and done at Texas. And, the whole concept of academics and student athlete and the one and done really doesn't go together. I mean, you can't really mesh those two because those guys are there just to, kind of get themselves ready for the NBA.
You're right. And this goes back to the NBA. They have the age limit, so that's why it's kind of forcing these guys to go one and done. Now, there's a lot of things that need to change. Mark Emmert is in over his head. I cannot stand listening to that man talk about college athletics as the president of the NCAA. This was a frustrating one because it looks like a lot of things happened prior to the knowledge of Penny realizing he's going to get the opportunity to coach at Memphis and then end up recruiting James Wiseman. So it's a messy situation with going back and everything that went on. But now James Wiseman, who's the number 3 prospect in the draft upcoming, he's going to spend the next few months just doing basketball activities, not having to go to class to be a student athlete. So it's always going to be a rough balance with these one-and-done guys, and what do you do? Yeah. But a freshman one from Memphis, because Penny Hardaway has done a darn good job this season.
Yeah, but the issue to me shouldn't have been Wiseman getting suspended. Why wouldn't you suspend Penny Hardaway and let Wiseman play? He was the one who donated the money. And then have him just pay it back, but suspend the coach. It's all us old guys. We don't want to suspend ourselves, JJ. We want to spend
That's
you
a good
guys,
point.
the
That's
young
a good point.
guy. You know, we want to tax it on the youngsters. And I think that is something that I think that's why guys like yourself hate Mark Emmert, because he is us, and he's not going to suspend one of us. Like, he's not going to suspend Hardaway.
The kid gets suspended, but Penny Hardaway's still out there coaching. That's a fair point. I just it was a tough situation because when you start piecing it together, you could say, okay, there's a violation there. Yeah. But how it went down, and he wasn't the coach. It was.
And then, hey, if you want to make it booster's fault, Penny's the booster. Suspend the booster.
Yeah.
Suspend
the coach. But now Wiseman gets hurt. He's not there.
Yeah.
Now he's out of school. He's not playing. So, yeah, that's definitely a very fair point with that one. But we'll continue to talk about James Wiseman, the Memphis situation, and really how things change moving forward, because college athletics is evolving. The states are changing the likeness rules, and that's in turn going to affect these colleges.
I bet you they're young,
and the student athletes.
They're young councilmen or young senators that are changing those rules.
They probably are. And you know what keeps you young? Pizza.
Pizza?
How about Pizza 9? Oh, yeah. Jasmine in studio again. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. And, of course, our sweet deal today is Pizza 9. They are back. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. That deal goes live at 9 a.m. this morning. And this is a great time of year, whether you just need the pizza to get you by. Maybe pizza's a part of your holiday party, but you guys also have so much more at Pizza 9.
Yes, so we have great everyday specials and party packs. One of our most popular ones is the 222 special. So for $22.99, you get 2 medium, 2 topping or specialty pizzas and a 2-liter soda. And it's enough to feed the whole family. And also right now with the holidays coming up, we have great stocking stuffers. Give the gift of pizza with the Pizza 9 gift card. For every $25 you buy, you get an extra $5 bonus card. So it's great if you miss out on the sweet deal today.
And who doesn't love pizza? Like, you're not going to be disappointed if you get a Pizza 9 gift card. You're going to be very happy. But with the deals, of course, pizza at the forefront. But you guys got the sandwiches, wings, pasta, soups, salads to make you feel good if you want one. But you guys got it covered, and locations all over the place as well.
Yes, we are actually opening up a new one next month in Alamogordo. So should be lots of fun.
So it's statewide. We got you covered. Pizza 9. It's a $50 gift kit for just $25. Our sweet deal. What's your favorite right now that you guys have going pizza-wise?
I am always a fan of the green chili stuffed crust Lobo pizza.
Stuffed green chili stuffed crust.
Yes.
Lobo pizza. I like the Lobo pizza.
Yeah, and it's great with the green chili stuffed crust. So you're gonna have to try it.
We are absolutely gonna have to try that. Ooh, I'm hungry right now. I can't wait for this sweet deal to go live at 9 a.m. It's Pizza 9. It's a $50 gift certificate for just $25. It goes fast, so you need to get there. 9 a.m. sportsanimалabq.com is our website. Jasmine, as always, thank you so much for this deal and coming in. Now stay warm this morning. Enjoy the rest of the the radio tour. The chili one, but you know what's going to warm you up?
What's that?
That Lobo pizza.
Yes.
The green chili in the crust. So 9 a.m. It is our sweet deal. $50 for just $25 to Pizza 9. Head to our website at 9 a.m. Get there right now.
Yeah.
Just hover. Get your clicker out. Be ready because it's going to go quick. Once again, Jasmine, thank you very much. That is our sweet deal, Pizza 9, 9 a.m. We keep it rolling. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40.
You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company. Come on in.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices and
Get ready, get ready.
Short bus.
Give me a hoe if you got your funky bus
fare.
Happy Friday, y'all.
Happy Friday.
Opening drive here at 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal, a hoe in your life on a Friday morning. JJ Buck, Ned James, Hoser, and Josh. Coming at you. You never know when you're going to get out on Friday. Got to be on your toes. Got to be ready to go.
Yes.
It's like the pocket collapsing.
Yeah.
You got to, boom, you got to be ready to move.
Scramble drill.
Get outside that pocket. Make the play downfield.
Blow the whistle. Oh, never mind.
Quan's Auto Care Hotline is 246-0610, 1-888-922-0610. You can email JJ at 610knml.com. You can find me on Twitter as well. It's _JJ Buck. Buffalo at New England tomorrow. The Bills clinched a postseason spot. Still an outside shot at potentially the division, but the Patriots just keep finding a way to get it done. I don't like the way their offense looks. Tom Brady hasn't been good, but they're winning games, and that's what matters. And that's what worries me about the Patriots, is because you can say, hey, maybe this is finally the decline. But when the playoffs come, I think that defense is going to make the difference. Been there, done that. And the Patriots have seen Baltimore and Kansas City firsthand, and I think that is huge because they got beat by the better teams. But in the playoffs, everything changes. And that's why I know Bills Mafia riding the wave. I think they're in for a letdown tomorrow. Buffalo at New England, huge opportunity, but they just clinched. You know, they've been kind of living that party life this week, enjoying getting back to the postseason. You have the Josh Allen selfie that was hung up at the Buffalo Art Museum. They're feeling themselves. They're living life.
Yes, they are.
But you got the Patriots on Saturday.
and that's going to be tough. I mean, it's already tough being a second-year quarterback going up against Mr. Belichick, I should say. I got to quit calling him Belichick, but it just rolls off the tongue.
It sounds so good, though. It's just so easy.
But it's tough. Josh Allen is not that guy. I mean, he can run around a little bit, but he's just not a high percentage passer. And I know I talk about that a lot. And Bill's really good with these second-year quarterbacks. He just hammers them. Yeah, Tom is not playing as well. Brady's not playing as well, but he's still playing well enough to win a game like this. They're good on defense. Buffalo's really good on defense, so it's going to be a challenge. You got to have a running game. You got to travel. Your running game travels. You got to run the ball against these guys. Belichick, he smashes that strong side run. So if you got any kind of strong side run, he's going to have it figured out. He's going to get you. Now, those good defensive coordinators in that league, it's tough to run the ball on them. And so it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to run the ball up there. And you know, the weather's starting to change. Winter is coming. It's almost like Game of Thrones with the Patriots, man. They, you know, once that winter time comes around, I mean, they really get rolling. So it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting game to see, you know, where the Bills stand going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's New England wins. They clinch the division. Right now they're 11-3. The Bills are 10-4. The first matchup in Buffalo, it was a 16-10 victory for New England. So you're expecting a tight contest, and that's the thing with the Patriots. I don't like what they're doing offensively. Like where's the pop? But they're getting it done. And that's the thing with Tom Brady, is you still trust him in those situations, even when they're not playing well. And, yeah, they're an 11-win team that you're just kind of like, They've handled their business. You know, they beat who's on their schedule. It's not a flashy schedule, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the NFL who you beat or how you beat them. Yeah. It's about getting to the playoffs. That's what this team does. And I think tomorrow, you know, while Buffalo's riding the wave, Bills team, you know, to your point, they found out what works for them. You know, Josh Allen doing enough, hit that occasional shot to John Brown downfield. He's been finding Cole Beasley. Singletary's been nice. Then they kind of close the game if they have a lead with Frank Gore, the little veteran running back being out there. But doing this on the road against that defense, I think the Patriots clinch the division tomorrow and set themselves up for that first round bye in the postseason. Yeah, I have to agree with you. I just think New England's going to do a much better job on this team once they have them at home. It'll be interesting because the quarterback for the Patriots is getting old. I mean, the later in the season it gets, these older guys, it's tougher for them to hold on, you know, and play these games. How much, especially if these games are tight. Well, do you think it's on Brady just versus? Because everyone's talking, he just doesn't have that guy to open up over the top. It doesn't have. No, I don't think. No, it's not that. It's him. You know, you can't say the guy is one of the best players, and you know he needs other weapons. I mean, he's always got to have somebody great in order for him to be great. I mean, you know, the guys who are good are good. You know, they make other guys better players. So, you know, I don't understand when people are saying that, hey, you know, he needs to have first round draft pick. He needs to have top 5 talent at every position in order for him to be successful. Well, you know, most guys will say, well, you know, it goes back to the discussion we had before. Is it the coach or is it the players? I mean, Belichick would be more than happy to get rid of Tom and get another quarterback in, but everybody thinks it's Tom. So is it Tom or is it not Tom? You know, so, you know, it could be, you know, one of those things where I just think that right now, you know, he's still playing at a high level, but, you know, it's not the other players around him as much as it's just him kind of getting maybe worn down a little bit. He's older, so it's tougher to play these games late in the season. And Bill, you know, that's what I give Belichick credit for this, man. He will have those guys ready for the playoffs because he just beats up. I mean, they have more guys on injury reserve than anybody in the NFL because Belichick just wears them down. He just practices them hard. So they're battle-tested when they get late in the season. And that's what a lot of teams don't realize, that you want your guys to be battle-tested. You want them to have, you know, these go through just enough to be. Yeah, just enough to get through the – because in Belichick's mind, I can coach and play with anybody. Okay, you're hurt. Okay, next man up. You know, he doesn't necessarily get caught up in the who's the superstar type of deal that a lot of fans do. But I really think they're going to be a tough out, no matter who gets them. You know, they're formidable, and it's because of the coach, I think, more so than the player. Well, and the system. And how big is it to just see a team once during the year, even if it's just once, preparing for a second time around?
Well,
because divisions, we get it. These guys know each other. They've been there, done that. But because it's something that stands out to me. Having played Lamar Jackson, they played a tight game with Kansas City. That was a 23-16 game.
Yeah.
In the end, so they lost to Mahomes. It wasn't a runaway. But having seen those guys during that specific season,
one of the things is motivation. Players have to be motivated to win games. I mean, it's really hard when you're making $1 million or $2 million to get up for every single game. There's certain things that motivate certain players, whether you hate the coach, whether you hate that city, whether you hate a particular defensive coordinator or coach or whatever on that team. Guys get motivated by different things. So whoever is more motivated to win the game will generally win that game. The coaching aside, I mean, Belichick motivates his guys by, hey, you want to have some time off because I'm going to practice you to death. If we lose, we're going to practice even longer. So you better win.
The job of a head coach: scheme, motivation. Got to be able to do a little bit of everything. We'll continue to talk about this weekend. The big one tomorrow, but of course on Sunday, Eagles-Cowboys division on the line in that contest. Who do you trust? Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, Jason Garrett, Doug Peterson. It's the opening drive here at 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 8:41. Here's your final look at Friday's commute and for this week. So hopefully it's been a good one, and now you get to relax and enjoy time with family. This report is sponsored by Great Clips. Right now, with just 2 accidents to worry about: southbound Eubank approaching I-40 that is blocking the right lane, and the other one is eastbound I-40 east of 12th Street that is on your right shoulder. This holiday season, look great and save time with a haircut from Great Clips. Download the Great Clips app or go to greatclips.com to check in online ahead of time when you visit one of our 25 Albuquerque, Los Lunas, Rio Rancho, and Santa Fe area locations. Great Clips, home of the online check-in. And as always, if you see something, make sure and call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with your Sports Animal Traffic.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. 3 coaches and 3 quarterbacks will feel the pressure during a jam-packed pre-holiday weekend. Houston's Bill O'Brien rebounded from what was a self-admitted poor coaching job against Denver 2 weeks ago for a huge win in Tennessee. Now tomorrow, his Texans face red-hot Jameis Winston, whose Bucs now are playing spoilers. On Saturday night, San Francisco's Kyle Shanahan will have to hurdle the up-and-down Rams to keep pace with Seattle and New Orleans atop the NFC. Cleveland's Freddie Kitchens may be coaching for his job Sunday against Baltimore. Baker Mayfield upset the Ravens back in September. Well, he's going to be hard-pressed to pull off a sweep against the league's hottest team. Tennessee's Ryan Tannehill and Philadelphia's Carson Wentz, unfortunately, have both been tagged with the label "can't win the big one." Sunday, the Titans tackle the Saints and the Eagles battle the Cowboys. That's what I would call big one, and they need to win them. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Head clogged with sinus pressure, congestion, and a stuffy nose? The worst. But you can get fast relief from Vicks Sinex nasal spray. It works in seconds and lasts for 12 hours. 12 hours. So breathe freely, fast with Vicks Sinex. Use as directed.
Before I got married, my dad told me, happy wife, happy life.
Really? Mine told me, get her bling, you'll be king.
That man's a genius.
The clock's ticking till Christmas, and your JCPenney associate will help you find the perfect gift. JCPenney Rewards members get select diamond jewelry for $25 each, or get an extra 20% off with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. Use it to get 70% off select gold and silver jewelry. JCPenney. Offers valid 12/19 to 12/24. Credit offer subject to credit approval. $25 jewelry excluded from coupons and rewards. Other exclusions apply. See jcp.com for coupon and details.
Head clogged with sinus pressure, congestion, and a stuffy nose? The worst. But you can get fast relief from Vicks Sinex nasal spray. It works in seconds and lasts for 12 hours. 12 hours. So breathe freely, fast with Vicks Sinex. Use as directed.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Sports Animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. This radio station is so amazing. I have been on that station 25 years. I'm really, really grateful for that. Really thankful for that. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. the sports animal.
From the moment her granddad put her face on the package, little Debbie's been the sweetheart of American snackage. And so when you're out shopping with a family to please, grab some Little Debbie treats for spontaneous parties. Oh, and breakfasts and lunches, they make great road trip food. Grab all your favorite varieties for any time you're in the mood. From our family to yours, we take pride in what we make. So hit the store and unwrap a smile, because today we bake.
It's happening. Wherever plays are being made, tickets are being sold, and fans are lining up. ADP is designing a better way to work. With industry-leading HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, more companies rely on ADP than any other HR partner to help step up their game. From small business to global enterprise. See how ADP can help you and your people achieve what you're working for at design.adp.com. ADP, always designing for people.
Leonard Tire and Automotive has helped with Cooper tires, installation, repairs. You should really think about trusting your tire and automotive repair jobs with them. Leonard Tire Automotive been a family-run business. And one of the things I like about them, there's never been a hassle with them ever. Leonard Tire and Automotive is also car care. Change your oil almost quick as the quick stops can. They do engine repair, tune-ups, just about anything you need done on your vehicle. Stop by and see old Travis or Don Leonard today at Leonard Tire and Automotive. They're good folks, they really are. Second in Loma, so you bank in Manal.
Here's a holiday idea. Give the gift of pizza, because pizza makes everything better. Grab a gift card from Pizza 9. Yes, Pizza 9 is this week's sweet deal. Stock up at the Pizza 9 nearest you for the perfect stocking stuffer for Christmas. Or log on to their website at pizzanine.com to buy an e-gift card, mobile text card, or have a gift card mailed directly to your home. Then, after you're done spreading all the holiday cheer, treat your family and your friends to Pizza 9's delicious everyday 2-2-2 specials. That's 2 medium, 2 topping, or specialty pizzas, and a 2-liter bottle of soda for only $22.99. Spice up the holiday with Pizza 9's Pizza and Wings deal for just $29.99. You get 1 large 2-topping or specialty pizza and an order of meaty buffalo wings. As I said, Pizza 9 is this Friday's sweet deal. Glue your phone to your ear and hit up our station website Friday at 9 a.m. to get $50 in Pizza 9 gift certificates for only $25. Even Scrooge wouldn't say bah humbug to a deal like this. Yes, I would. Shut up.
Go to sportsanimalabq.com and click on the Sweet Deals logo. We know you'll be saying sweet.
The UFC heads to Rio Rancho, New Mexico on Saturday, February 15th for UFC Fight Night.
That is crazy to watch, folks.
In the main event, it's a light heavyweight showdown as Corey Overtime Anderson looks to make it 5 in a row against Jan Blachowicz. And Tough 1 winner and fan favorite Diego Sanchez takes on Michelle Pereira. See UFC Fight Night live at Santa Ana Star Center. Tickets on sale today at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
You know when you gotta be somewhere, it's like really urgent. You don't want to do it over the phone. Some things just can't be said with an LOL or an OMG. Some things just need to be done IRL. So you get in your Nissan Altima and drive. Feel the VC turbo engine instantly react to give you more power and efficiency, so you can get where you need to go.
Hey, Eric. What are you doing here?
Like.
Huh?
Your social post. I liked it.
Oh, thank you. There's a button for that, right?
I do.
The Nissan Altima, now offering the most tech-advanced engine in its class. This is tech that helps you be there. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Auto-Pacific segmentation. 2020 Altima Platinum versus latest in-market competitors in the premium midsize class. Available feature. World's first production variable compression turbo engine launched by Nissan Motor Company Limited in 2018.
It's not too late to get something great. Get to Kohl's and take an extra 15 or 20% off. Save on the gifts they want, like fine jewelry, the Xbox One S, toys and games, a new Fitbit, fine fragrance, and so much more. Plus, get Kohl's Cash. Plus, stores are now open 24 hours through 6 p.m. Christmas Eve. You'll find new gifts at every turn this holiday at Kohl's. 15 and 20% offers valid December 10th through 24th with promo code BIG SAVINGS. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
If I asked you the record right now of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what would you say? Hoser. Tampa Bay, what do you think their record is?
The current season record?
Yeah, just right now, the Buccaneers. Just you think about Tampa Bay, what would their record be? 14 games in.
I'm going to say 4-10.
Do you think they were a 4-win team? It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Ned James Hoser. Josh was in the room, so I really can't ask him that question because he was listening to our conversation. But I think a lot of people say Tampa Bay, a 4-win team right now, really struggling. They're 7-7.
I know.
So while in the NFC,
same record as Dallas,
with how strong that conference is and how good the top of the conference is, you're not really looking at a 7-7 team unless they play in the NFC East. But Tampa Bay 7-7, and they have a decision to make with Jameis Winston. And Jameis Winston is good enough, but he is a Corvette. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to go fast. It's going to look good, but it's not practical.
Because you got a baby.
Where are you putting that car seat?
Yeah.
How much you spending on gas?
Yeah.
That's Jameis Winston right now. He's thrown for 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, but he's thrown 24 interceptions.
That right there will not get him a long-term contract.
I think Tampa Bay, with they've been through the ups and downs with Jameis Winston. You know that there's pop there, but I don't think he's going to get signed to a $100 million deal by Tampa Bay. Now, Bruce Arians, just what kind of relationship has he built with Jameis Winston? How does he feel about him? That could go a long way potentially in his decision.
Yeah.
But that is the wild card of the quarterback class because he's talented, but you just can't throw 24 interceptions in this league.
No, you cannot. And that's the one thing that's going to hold people from signing him long term is just the interceptions and the off-field stuff that he's had in the past. Now, if he showed some maturity and he's coming around, then maybe, and I think, being an overall number one pick, I think he is still someone that a lot of people will take an interest in, and he'll get a nice sized contract. I don't know if it'll be.
He's only 25 years old.
Yeah, he's 25, and he's 7-7 this year. That's
it's
not a playoff, but he's 7-7. Now, I would like to see him in the playoff because
that's the big thing is getting there, but. Winston fascinates me because, yes, there's still kind of character concerns. Can you trust this guy to be your franchise quarterback? He can make plays. Now, he had probably the best two wide receivers in the game this year in terms of duos in Godwin and Mike Evans this year.
Godwin, because Godwin's speed.
Chris Godwin was fantastic, and Mike Evans, those guys were great. So, yeah, he made plays. So this weekend's going to be big because both those guys are not on the field. So we're going to get to see Jameis in a different situation. But he is the wild card because everyone's talking about Cam Newton if Carolina moves on because it's a new regime in charge. Teddy Bridgewater. What do you do with Jameis Winston?
But we redraft again. Do you take Jameis Winston or do you take Marcus Mariota? Marcus Mariota has won a playoff game.
He has. Also lost his job to Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. We'll get back into the quarterback conversation heading into a big weekend of football. Bowl weekend as well. College basketball rolls on. Lobos, Houston Baptist on Sunday. 2 non-conference games left before 30. They're already 2-0 in Mountain West play, so a good start for the Lobos. Big games tomorrow in the Mountain West. We'll talk college basketball with Jeff Grammer, Albuquerque Journal.
20
next. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company, come on in.
This Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches.
Just find a way to get by. Paul Weir's concern this week: keep his guys focused enough for their Sunday game against Houston Baptist, a little Christmas break, then one more non-conference game before the resumption of conference play because, yes, Lobos are already 2-0 in Mountain West play. And it was a big week to keep pace with the other two squads as we're seeing a gap in the Mountain West. The opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Ned James Hoser, Josh holding us down on Provi. You can check us out, Comcast Channel 26. Also stream the show. Watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Joined now by Jeff Grammer of the Albuquerque Journal, a very busy man. Come basketball season, but of course, baby Grammer in the house as well. Jeff, good morning, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are things with you? How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. I mean, I got the older daughter is doing her thing. She had a big flamenco performance last weekend.
Nice.
I got there's some show at school today before she's off for Christmas, and then the baby runs the house now, though. So she's running the show, and I'm having fun. I do a little basketball coverage sometimes too.
Yeah, you sneak in that basketball work in between. But you know what? It's the baby photos, and that's what it is. I understand the other night when you said, "Oh, my phone's full," I was trying to capture the post-game press conference. It's all the baby photos, man. It happens.
It's a ridiculous, embarrassing amount of nonsense photos that I'm never going to go look at again. Like, there's about 20 to 30 photos of, like, one. She does one thing cute, and I take like 20 or 30 pictures of it, and don't do anything with it. I am that dad. I'm the annoying one that will take 20 photos of my daughter, like chewing on her toe or something.
Well, it's amazing, and just congratulations to you and your family again on Grammer. Well, kid number 2, because you got quite a bit of gap between your kids. But, you got a little babysitter in the house, so that it can definitely help a little bit. Yeah.
I do, 10 years old and 5 months old. Not exactly the standard gap, but hopefully in a couple of years we got the free babysitting in house. So.
Well, it's good to know everything's going well for the family. And when you look at Lobo basketball, getting the job done, and that's something that it's impressed me about this current squad. They had their moment. They got worked by Auburn, but they responded less than 24 hours. The same thing happened. You got beat by UTEP, but then you respond against New Mexico State, and it's something that Wes talked about, just kind of the attitude of this year's squad.
I think look, this is a squad. Like, I don't know if sometimes I wonder what fans sort of want, because I do still have some people that aren't, overly impressed with this year's team and want to keep pointing out who they've played. The reality is this team has won not only the games they're supposed to win, but they've won a couple that you could argue maybe were at least equal talent levels or maybe a little bit better team and surprise some people. They're doing exactly what they should be doing to this point, and they're doing it in a way that shows at least promise for improvement and at least gives you the idea that, that there's some talent there. They can do it. They can be better next month or next week even, and they can keep getting better. So they're showing signs of what I think Lobo fans have wanted for. Look, we're on a half a decade kind of stretch now without any postseason play, and I do think that this is the team that fans have been saying they wanted for a while. So there's still a little bit of surprise in my mind that the attendance isn't a little better and stuff like that. I get that. That's a whole other conversation about attendance nationwide and all that. But I think this is the team and this is the performance that fans have said they've wanted for a while. So I've been pretty impressed with them, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think it's, in fans' minds, it's always, you're kind of building that wall. Because you build yourself up and then you have that emotional letdown. And while there's always high expectations, even this year's team, I haven't heard a lot about late in March expectations. I haven't heard a lot about NCAA tournament. It's competing in the conference, but I think that's starting to change. So maybe there's some fans building that wall, just looking for what's going to be the downfall. And one of those things, and I thought Paul Ware addressed it very well this week, is the whole playing time chemistry issue with his guys. Because you know it, Jeff, the fans are worried. They're scared that it's just going to be a bad apple on the bench that tears this team down.
Well, and I'm writing about that either today or tomorrow. We haven't decided which day I'm running this one. But, I'm writing another kind of update on the playing minutes because Fonte Hendricks is going to get some minutes. Yeah. You got a bunch of guys. I still field emails, after every game, like, why didn't Tavion Percy play this week? Why is Keith McGee only getting this many minutes? Well, there are a lot of people that want to see those guys play more. They have the roster for the first time in a while that in practice, you're going to earn your playing time or not. And I've been to practices, and I can't say that I think anybody – I don't think the minutes are wrong at this point based on what I've seen in practice, based on performance. I do think that at times, Jaquan Lyle can probably shed a couple minutes a half off to maybe by March have his legs under him, stuff like that. But even him, like he's averaging 34 minutes a game, I think it is now. Like that's your leading scorer. That's who should be playing 34 minutes a game. Carlton Bragg was at 31 minutes the other game, and people were kind of mad that he played. He was playing so late in the game. Well, okay, so you shave a couple minutes off here or there for those two guys. That's not going to make anyone – getting 4 minutes for Tavion Percy isn't going to keep him happy. To keep a player happy, they're not happy with 4-minute stints. They're happy with, at least 10 to 15 minutes a game or something like that. So I don't think that people wanting to see Tavion Percy or Keith McGee or these other players that they don't think are playing enough, I don't think they realize that, especially with Vontae Hendricks now, you're not really actually going to keep him happy. If you look at Tavion Percy hasn't played in 2 games, and I talked to Paul Weir about this. He was starting to come on, and people were really happy about that. Well, what the coaching staff realized was they weren't really getting out of, like, splitting Keith McGee's minutes with Tavion Percy's minutes, where one guy would play 7 minutes and the other would play 6. That wasn't really doing anything. Rather than playing both of them about 6 or 7 minutes, they decided it'd probably be better to give one of them about a 12 to 15-minute run for the game and let them get going. So those are the kind of battles that this coaching staff right now is trying to figure out. How do you keep a team happy, not by playing them just 4 or 5 minutes, but by figuring out 15 minutes for a guy who's like the 8th or 9th guy in the rotation right now? I think that's a good sign. If that's what your big problem is right now going into the Christmas break, that's a good sign because that's why they're 11-2. They don't have the problems that they had the last couple of years.
Jeff Grimer, Albuquerque Journal, joining us here on the opening drive.
Yeah, Jeff, Ned, James here. That's a good problem. You're right. That's exactly what my thoughts were. That's a good problem. I think Paul addressed that whole thing the other day when he said, hey, he asked the guys to write down how many minutes everybody should have on the team.
Oh, I love that.
That was a great exercise, I thought. It gives ownership to the players. And I just think Paul's done a wonderful job as far as bringing this team together. He knows the resources that you need. I work on campus. He's using us at times just to kind of help him out. He knows that, hey, it's going to take all hands on deck to get these guys together. In your opinion, though, defensively, I want to know, how do you think they're playing defensively, and will they be one of the top defensive teams in this conference this year?
So defensively, I mean, and I've written about it a couple times, I still think they're going to get burnt a couple times in conference play with the scheme he's going with. And basically, to oversimplify what he's doing, is in an effort to protect Carlton Bragg and to a lesser extent, but same way, Corey Manigault from getting in foul trouble. He's basically running a pack line defense. He's bringing all his defenders in. If you remember last year and the year before, one of the big concerns and one of the big deficiencies on the team defensively was that point guards were blowing by everybody and getting into the paint with regularity because he was having defenders go 30 feet beyond, 30 feet from the rim, and they were defending them really hard and really with a lot of pressure. And then these smaller, faster point guards were just blowing by them and penetrating into the lane and either dishing to somebody by the rim, kicking it out for a 3, or just finishing at the rim. What they were doing was drawing a lot of fouls. And so in an effort to keep Carlton Bragg out of foul trouble, they decided, look, the three-point line moved back about a foot this year. The numbers are going to go down a little bit there. So let's take our lumps. It's not ideal, but let's take our lumps by actually backing off the three-point line now, hoping that teams actually shoot worse this year because they moved the line out. But the trade-off is we're going to not have Carlton Bragg foul out of any game this year. So far he's fouled out of one. I think it was either Wisconsin or Auburn. I can't remember. But he fouled out at a game in Brooklyn. But I think he's only had 4 fouls one other time. And that's the trade-off. They're going to get burnt once or twice this year from a team who's going to get hot. Boise State almost did it with Justinian Jessup when he hit 6 3-pointers. But they do give a lot of space on the three-point line. And I don't think fans – what's frustrating for fans is you can see it right in front of you happening, and there's a lot of groaning and yelling coming from the stand saying, guard that guy, guard that guy. But what they're doing isn't just – it's not a bunch of players not defending. They're doing by scheme what they're told to do, And so far, it's worked. If you look at the three-point shooting percentage for this team, I know some fans aren't going to believe me when I tell them this, but if you look at the three-point percentage defense for the Lobos, teams haven't actually really hurt the three-point line. A couple teams have, but overall, they've played 13 games, and I think only 2 teams have really hurt them at the three-point line.
Jeff Grammer, Albuquerque Journal, joining us. It's a big weekend for the Mountain West. Tomorrow, Utah State and Florida, San Diego State and Utah. You know, the net rankings, it has everyone a buzz. It's early in the season, but what the Aztecs have been able to do, 11-0 right now. And for them, you know, they finally have a dude, and that Malachi Flynn becomes eligible to transfer, scoring for them. And this is an Aztec team people have been waiting for a little while.
Yeah, and I think with San Diego State, I answered an email early this morning from somebody who actually said I put something in the paper wrong. I had a note that they were number 1 in the NET in the net rankings right now, and they are. They're number 1. And this emailer asked, well, how could that possibly be? I've seen their schedule. Well, here's just a quick breakdown on how San Diego State's number 1 in the country. There's only one team in all of Division I basketball that has 4 quadrant one wins right now, and that's Duke. And San Diego State has 3 of them, and there's a handful of teams that have 3 of those wins. So San Diego State not only has the second most quadrant one wins in the entire country behind only one team, and that's Duke, but they don't have that bad loss to Stephen F. Austin like Duke does. What San Diego State has done so far, they have a road win against a quadrant 1 opponent. And for those that don't know, the quadrant system is how the selection committee basically breaks down games now. If you beat a good enough team, it's a quad 1 win. Right. State has one of those on the road against BYU. They have 2 neutral court ones against Iowa and Creighton, and they don't have a loss yet. So they haven't really been brought back down a little bit on their rating. So that's going to happen. Maybe it happens this weekend against Utah. Utah's a team that can beat them. I don't think San Diego State's going to go undefeated. This isn't one of their great teams, but they've clearly performed the best to this point, and they've done it against one of those schedules that I don't think, again, this isn't just a rag on fans, I don't think fans realize their schedule's been okay. It's been decent. It's not a bunch of no-names as some fans think. I think anymore fans, if they don't see Kentucky and Duke on the schedule, they don't think you've played a good conference or a good schedule. And I think San Diego State's played a decent schedule, and they haven't lost yet. So that's why they're rated so high. That'll come back to earth a little bit when they start playing conference games. But right now they have statistically earned that number 1 spot, and we'll see how quickly they come back to earth here in the next couple of weeks. Once conference play starts, they actually have a road game against Utah State the first week of conference play, or I guess we already got a week of conference games out of the way, but on January 4th they play at Utah State, so we'll see how real they are pretty quick.
Yeah, right off the bat there, and for Utah State, 2-0 as well in their 1 week of conference play. That's how important that week was, and winning that game at home, going to Laramie, not slipping up, because we see a clear divide. It's those 3 teams and then everyone else in the Mountain West Conference. Jeff, appreciate the time. Get some rest when you can.
Guys, let me know.
And we'll be talking basketball the rest of the year, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Jeff Grammer, Albuquerque Journal. So much more to still get into when you look at it. We didn't even get a chance to talk about Utah State, but they're at Florida tomorrow. But there can be a positive out of doing what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mortgages and home loans can be complicated, but you can take the mystery out of home buying with Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Jeff Siembieda to tell you about Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Just go over to their website, find blog articles about how to get mortgage ready, learn about the available mortgage programs. Kirtland Federal Credit Union also offers seminars so you can gain firsthand knowledge of the process and meet the Kirtland Federal Credit Union home loan team. And be sure to check out their next Home and Brew event. Hosted at local breweries, Home and Brew events invite you to drop by after work, have a beer, and get a fun look at the mortgage process. You'll ask questions, meet the Kirtland Federal Credit Union home loan team, and take home some fun goodies as well. To find the next Home and Brew event, head to their website at kirtlandfcu.org/events. That's kirtlandfcu.org/events. kirtlandfcu.org/events. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. They are more than military. They are for life. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender federally insured by the NCUA.
The Dan Patrick Show.
I just want to see football. I don't want it to be penalty, couple of plays, penalty, and that's what you had. And I'm not sure why the NFL would do that, where you go above and beyond the Call of Duty to call more penalties here. I think if it's obvious, egregious, then call it. But, it's flags interrupting the flow of the game.
Weekdays at 1, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Don't wait for the post-Christmas sales. Right now, you'll save even more at Quality on Lomas with GM employee pricing. Plus, you keep the rebate. Quality Buick GMC on Lomas in Pennsylvania.
Quality by DeLorenzo.
QualityDeal.com.
Where sports and culture meet the weekend.
Local events,
concerts,
spectacles,
what's happening,
pulse of the city,
sports, and much more.
Hey guys, come join the conversation with Van and Fred every Saturday starting at 7 a.m.
ABQ Central, Saturdays from 7 a.m. till 9 on The Sports Animal.
The UFC heads to Rio Rancho, New Mexico on Saturday, February 15th for UFC Fight Night.
That is crazy to watch, folks.
In the main event, it's a light heavyweight showdown as Corey Overtime Anderson looks to make it 5 in a row against Jan Blachowicz. And Tough 1 winner and fan favorite Diego Sanchez takes on Michelle Pereira. See UFC Fight Night live at Santa Ana Star Center. Tickets on sale today at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Our holiday wish is for you to take a ride on us. The Sports Animal is partnered with Bernalillo County, Budweiser Drinkweiser, Premier Distributing Company, and Uber to help end DWI this holiday season. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, or Festivus, if you're planning to drive, open the Uber app now and enter the code ABQMary19. Then decide not to drive. Request an Uber and we'll pay up to $10 for your ride. This offer is good for 2 rides between December 20th at noon through December 26th at 3 a.m. Together, we can end DWI.
It's Rich Ford's going out for business sale, and we're in the final days. If you're in the market right now for a safety-certified used vehicle, you're going to find yourself at Rich Ford. The reason why? We've got many vehicles priced under $10,000. We always say under $10,000 and you're on your way, and that comes with a 2-year, 100,000-mile warranty, whichever comes first, and it's been safety-certified by Rich Ford Master Technicians. Dennis, please tell us more.
A 2007 Chevy Colorado LT for only $89.89. A 2007 Ford Focus SE, $89.95. A 2013 Chevy Malibu LT for only $99.95. A 2010 Infiniti G37X for only $79.95. An 07 Pontiac Solaris GXP convertible for only $99.95. A 2012 Ford Escape XLT, $89.95.
Low prices make for low monthly payments at Rich Ford. We're at the super corner of Lomas and Wyoming Northeast. You can check them out online at rich-ford.com, and yes, we're open Sunday.
Which Ford?
Rich Ford.
Our holiday wish for you this year is to take a ride on us and help end DWI. The Sports Animal has partnered with Ron Bell Injury Lawyers, the City of Albuquerque, the Department of Family and Community Services, Bernalillo County DWI Prevention, Sandoval County DWI Prevention, and Uber to help end DWI this holiday season. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Boxing Day, Kwanzaa, or Festivus, if you're planning to drink, don't drive. Open the Uber app now and enter the code ABQMary19. Then, after your holiday party, decide not to drive. Request an Uber and we'll pay up to $10 for your ride. This offer is good for the first 2,000 people using the code for up to 2 rides per person between noon on December 21st and 3 a.m. on December 26th. This program can only be used for rides, not Uber Eats, and the offer does not cover tip. Remember, the best gift you can give your loved ones this holiday season is the gift of you being there with them alive and well. Please, take a ride on us. Together, we can end DWI.
Hey Lobo fans, the Lobo men's and women's basketball teams have a big week at Dreamstyle Arena lined up. It starts when the Lobo men host Grand Canyon on Tuesday the 17th. Next, the Lobo women will host the Lobo Invitational on consecutive nights, hosting Providence on Wednesday the 18th, Loyola Marymount on Thursday the 19th, and Bell State on Friday the 20th. The Lobo men close out the week in a contest against Houston Baptist on Sunday the 22nd. Get your tickets now at golobos.com/tickets or by calling 925-5626. We will see you there. Go Lobos!
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Just find a way to get by. Stay together just a few more days. That was Paul Ware post-game to Lobos' victory over Grand Canyon on Tuesday. At Houston Baptist on Sunday. It's 12:30 tip-off. So Sunday afternoon contest out there at Dreamstyle Arena in the pit. Paul is just a little concerned. He's not sure about the energy in some of these early games. But one of his guys overlooking Houston Baptist, they're going to be considerable favorites in that contest, as it will be against UC Davis to wind out non-conference play. just handle your business. There can be something said positively about doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
That's what the Lobos have done. Set themselves up very nicely. The 2 early conference wins, it keeps them right there with San Diego State and Utah State, the 3 teams that are going to be competing to win this conference this season. And I do like where this roster is. I do like where this team is going. And it's a challenge, but it's one that Paul Ware is happy to have, and that is figuring out where the other minutes are going for some of these players.
And that's why you won't get a letdown. Because, hey, just put the next guy in. Hey, if you see a guy who doesn't quite have it today, hey, next man up. I mean, it's a good problem to have when you got guys on the bench that can come in. And you want to see what guys can do because you never know when an injury comes up and you're going to have to depend on that guy. So I think it's a good problem to have. I don't think it's necessarily a problem. I think, they've figured out the whole – pouting thing because there was an issue with the guy. I'm not going to call him out, but earlier in the year, with a little bit of the pouting stuff. And so, hey, guys got to get over themselves. It's about the team. It's not even.
And that's what it's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. JJ Buckner, James Hoser, Josh holding us down on ProView. And what I liked about what Paul Ware said this week is he addressed it with them. And that's what you want. You want to know what it's about. The head coach going specifically to the guys going, hey, here's 200 minutes. How do you think I should divide them up? Yeah. And then also, film doesn't lie. When you're in those sessions, you're saying, hey, Corey, this is why you might not be playing a lot this particular game. The squad is small we're playing against, or they're going big, or down the line, is these guys, they know what's up. Yeah. They all want to play, but you still want to contribute to a winning team and know that you got to earn your minutes now.
Yeah, and you're in practice, and there's practice dynamics, and who's doing what in practice, who's on that red team, who's on the white team when you're trading those jerseys out and you guys are scrimmaging against each other. Guys know, and everybody's, their expectations of their minutes and how much they should play, and that's a good, healthy thing to have. I mean, you just don't want to be too unrealistic and, want to walk out the door when, you may want to sit tight and just get an opportunity to play in a big game because they haven't played a big game yet. The big games come late in the year, comes Mount West Conference tournament. If you get into a tournament, one of the other NIT or NCAA tournament at the end of the year, those are big moments. Those are moments where you can kind of shine. You have to be persistent. You have to be diligent. You have to do your work. You have to put the work in. If you're not putting the work in, it's not going to help you when you get into those tough situations where, hey, you really need to dig down deep and come up with something to win a game late or to do something that's smart that you've prepared for in the past and understand what the coach is looking for, what the scheme is looking for, because these guys are learning schemes for the first time too, so, and how the coach, TikToks it, how the coach talks it, you got to be able to, understand the language that the coaches are given to you in order to perform the way they want you to perform. I mean, they're saying, screen roll or whatever they're saying, and you think screen roll is something you heard back in junior high school and it was done a different way, so you're doing it, the way you learned it in junior high school. And the coaches say, no, I want you to do it this way. Do it this way. I want it done my way. If you're going to do it the other way, I get somebody else in here who's going to do it my way. So a lot of that stuff, when coaching is involved and you got talented players, you got to get them to buy into the system and the way you do things.
Well, and you see about the buy-in, about the system, time matters. The player Carlton Bragg is today versus the expectations he had last year. He's coming in, the hype. He was a 5-star kid. Oh, he's at Kansas City, Arizona State. He hadn't played basketball for a while. It wasn't integrated into the system. Maybe didn't have the same mindset, and all of a sudden you're looking at a dude who's on a double-double roll, a force in the paint. And Jaquan Lyle sitting out the expectations for him. When he comes in and is playing so much better than I thought, because I wanted to pump the brakes on Jaquan and say, all right, he's coming off the Achilles, let's give him an opportunity, and he's locked in, but there's something to be said, too, about just being around and being part of the program and seeing and being invested.
Yes. And that's helped them tremendously. I mean, being able to be here, see it. Carlton was way overweight. So was Jaquan last year. I mean, But those guys got the job done. They got themselves, and hats off to Tyler. He's the strength coach. He's done a great job with those guys. I mean, he's really invested into, their health and well-being. And hey, this is why, because when I walk through that building, I go and try to talk there. You got to talk to the custodian, talk to the trainers, talk to the strength coach. They're going to tell you the real deal on these guys. I mean, a lot of times the coaches will kind of blow them up a little bit, but you got to talk to people who see them all the time, see them out of their elements, and they'll tell you exactly, hey, this guy is a worker. This guy, he really, this team is really coming together, because it takes everybody to win. You need secretaries, you need everybody in order to be successful, to have a successful program. And you could tell when you get around them, you get around everybody else, and everybody's bought into, working hard and getting the job done, because it's a long season, and you gotta be prepared for some of the ups and downs. And coaches can get a little nervous. They can kind of scare themselves out of some victories if they they look at certain opponents a different way, and the players. I learned that in the pros and NFL. I would see a guy and I would go, man, this guy is really good. Like I saw Woodson. Was it
Rod Woodson?
Rod Woodson, played with the Raiders. And I thought he was a good
Charles
player.
Woodson.
Charles Woodson, that's the one. Charles Woodson. I was like, man, this guy won the Heisman, he's a good player. Those players looked at me like I was crazy. Derek Mason would kill Charles Woodson, number one, because Charles played at Michigan and Derek played at Michigan State. And so Derek was a pro
motivation.
Player.
There you go.
Motivation. It's all motivation. Yeah. And then we play against a guy like little tiny Aaron Glenn, who was with the Houston Texans, and he would lock Derek Mason up, and he was a midget. He was tiny. And I was like, oh, this guy, there's no way we can go. And this guy would just lock us down, and it was so. It's just with basketball players, it's the same thing. Coaches, sometimes we could see things differently than the players see it, and the players can, we may hype a guy up, and the players don't see the player the same way, and so I think a lot of times, coaches, you just really have to get a feel as the season goes on. That's why I kind of like Paul Weir's manner, because
it feels like Paul has evolved.
Yeah,
he's got some time as a head coach under his belt now. It feels like this team is more adaptable, but they also are playing a style that some people might not like, but you heard Jeff Grammer describe it. They want teams to beat them from the outside. Yeah. They're going to play inside out themselves. They're going to defend the paint. They're going to score at the rim and say, all right, it's going to take a really hot shooting night to beat us.
And that's the good word, adaptable. Like, I think Paul's adapted. Yeah. I mean, he's really kind of morphed into this different kind of coach based on what he believes they can do to win.
Quan's Auto Care hotline is 246-0610, 1-888-922-0610. Handle your business. The Lobos have to do with Houston Baptist on Sunday, then UC Davis. But one last marquee opportunity for New Mexico State. They're taking on Mississippi State on Sunday. So they definitely will have to be locked in for that SEC matchup. It's opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Sports Animal has been an exhibit.
Lava Rock Brewing Company, conveniently located on Albuquerque's west side, just south of I-40. You can come on in, enjoy our pizza, pasta, burgers, and more by Matucci's. It's all at Lava Rock. Lava Rock Brewing Company. Come on in.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger.
Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick.
Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Final segment coming up. We're going to go back to Ned James on the football field.
Going way back.
So if you missed it.
You see the Jerry curl hanging out?
Comcast Channel 26. Find us, the stream on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/the OD in the AM. We have a highlight proof of quarterback Ned James. We'll play that in the final segment coming up in a few minutes from now. But a great highlight. Ned James wearing his Lobo jersey, playing the Aggies, 1986.
Wow. Just a short period ago, just a short time ago, 1986.
Getting the job done. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, Ned James, hoser Josh holding us down on ProView. New Mexico Bowl tomorrow. Excited for that. San Diego State and Central Michigan. We gave away our final pair of tickets earlier today. If you didn't get them, you want to go out there and buy them. Support the bowl game. Get out there. It's going to be a fun day. Just a good day. Solid. Like, that's a word that keeps coming to my mind for this game. It's just solid. You got Central Michigan going to try to put up a lot of points. Got the Aztecs, one of the best overall defenses in the country this season. And if they score 21, you're like, wow.
Wow. If they do score 21 on Rocky's team. That's going to be tough to do against Rocky. Rocky's coming in back home. He's in Albuquerque. He loves being here. I saw him yesterday. He was excited. I've never seen Rocky show very much emotion, and he was showing a lot of emotion because he really wants to, kind of show out here. He likes to show out when he comes back home. He does feel like this is his home. He's like me. We're transplants, but we love this place. And I expect Rocky to do well tomorrow. I'm hoping, the style of offense that Central Michigan runs is really kind of conducive to what Rocky's used to shutting down, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes because, I mean, McElwain's a good coach. I mean, he's done a good job every place he's been other than Florida where they really didn't give him a whole lot of time. But, he is a quality coach. He's turned a 1-11 program around. It'll be good to see how they compare against each other because they know each other from back in the day and coaching against each other, so we'll see.
In New Mexico Bowl, it's a lot of fun, and you see names that go on to make an impact at the next level. And the New Mexico Bowl put out their all-decade team from 06, well, from 09, all decade. It's 10 years, right?
10 years, yeah.
But it's going back to 06, so this is like 13 years. Throwing me off. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, wait, this is 2006. So they put out their team of the era so far since the first New Mexico Bowl in 2006. And, of course, Donovan Portery in 2007 gets some recognition for that Lobo team that beat Nevada. But the 2006 San Jose State team had some players on it. James Jones, the NFL wide receiver.
Packers.
Played for the Green Bay Packers. J.D. Beck. Look at some of the defensive players, which we'll get into in a second. So just highlighting the people that you're going to get to see potentially move on to the next level. Quan's Auto Care hotline is 246-0610. JD, you're on the opening drive. What's up, JD?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Doing good, man.
Good. I just wanted to say that I really enjoy having Mr. James on. He's always got great stories and anecdotes, and his insights are just amazing to me. So I really enjoy having him on. I know Jeff's good at what he does, but I always miss it when he leaves. A couple of questions, real quick. So one is for Ned, if he could kind of talk about when an NFL team has put together a game plan or a scheme for a game, and you get into it, and you realize within the first 4 or 5 series it's not going to work, it goes sideways. What do they try to do? And then whatever became of Bobby Newcomb?
Good questions. Schemes and Newcomb. Well, first of all, with schemes, if you're in the first couple series and guys get hurt or injuries and you got to adjust, I mean, that's a big part of it. But when you go into a game, there's some things philosophically and principally you want to do to try to win the game, whether you're trying to stop their run, maybe there's a receiver that they have that's really good or a quarterback that you really want to, kind of concentrate on. So you have a plan, and a lot of times, those plans, those best laid plans, they go awry early. And a lot of times you really do have to stick to what you put the players in the situation to do, because you start making a whole lot of different changes, and that's when mistakes happen, because a lot of times guys can't really adjust to, hey, okay, everything that I taught you all week long that we've learned all through training camp, we're going to throw that out the window. We're going to do this other thing. So a lot of times the philosophy has a lot to do with the scheme, and so principally guys will do. It's just like with Belichick. He's going to play cover 2. He's going to make you march the length of the field. He's going to kind of take away your strong side run. He does those kind of things. So
execution.
It's execution
first and foremost. But kind of JD's point, if you notice something isn't working, you don't want to get too dramatic about it, but it's the subtle adjustment, and you can do enough somehow.
Yes, especially if you feel like they're attacking a certain area. I mean, then you just you know how to kind of adjust your defense to take away a certain thing that they're trying to do to beat you, or whatever they're doing to beat you. You know the little subtleties of certain plays. As far as Bobby Newcomb, I have no idea. He was a really good player. He was out of Albuquerque High School, and I remember he went to Nebraska and played, and I don't know if he had quite the career at Nebraska. Did okay. So I don't know if he's back or if he's he's back in Lincoln doing something there. But yeah, I do recall Bobby Newcomb. With that being said, as far as this all-decade team, I'm looking at Donovan Portier. I'm kind of proud of him being on this all day, and he out-dueled Kaepernick. So that's something we can hang our hat on. The quarterbacks here. We've had some good quarterbacks here. I really liked the Stoney Case kid that played here. Didn't have as much success in the NFL, but if I had to pick, because Portnoy is always asking me
what
the best player that ever played that played here. Dad, he's always giving me that question. Dontrell to me is with his numbers is right there. I mean, I know we've got Urlacher, we've got Terrence Mathis, we've got guys like that. Johnny Jackson, some of those kind of players, Don Perkins and Bobby Santiago. I hear Bobby Santiago every time I'm sitting next to Tafoya. Stoney Case was an interesting guy. I thought he could run it. I thought he could throw it well. One of my favorite players to watch when he was a Lobo. So that's and getting into Bobby Newcomb, that brings up a lot of the core. But Bobby didn't stay here. I thought he was going to come here, but he left and went to Nebraska, and that's when Nebraska was pretty good too. So, but the all-decade team, I thought that was interesting. Looking at Travis Brown. Was one of the receivers. That was
a good year for the Lobos. And by the way, we're bouncing kind of back and forth. Quan's Auto Care hotline is 246-0610. Yes, Ned will take your questions. He will answer your questions. That was a good one because I think when we watch games, we react to everything in the moment. We're sitting there as fans going, "Why aren't you doing this? Do you not see what they're doing?" It's like, well, yes, you do see, but what level of change can you make in the moment?
Right.
That's not over dramatic, because when you see a lot of these quarterbacks, and when we talk about the chess game at the line of scrimmage all the time, the adjustments, all that stuff you're working on, still right during the week, but then you have it there.
You understand what they're doing. People aren't going to do necessarily. I mean, they're not going to jump into the wishbone, and they've been playing no backs and throwing the ball around, we principally know what guys do. Guys will look at tapes. Say for instance, I've coached at 4 different places. Guys will look at tapes for every place you've coached. Now maybe they're looking at the tape where you're coaching at the team that they're playing against, but maybe you coached at Indiana 4 years ago. Well, let's see what Ned did at Indiana 4 years ago when he was coaching up there. Is he still philosophically doing the same stuff? Does he change through the course of a game? Let's watch 5 games on. That's why Belichick is really he'll go back on you now. He'll have a file on you.
You do not surprise people in professional sports.
No.
Many times. What it comes down to is execution and talent. You got to have the dudes to get it done. We come back on the other side. We'll play the highlight. Ned James on the football field. So get to Comcast Channel 26. Pull up the stream. It's going to be a great way to end the week. The opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. This Sunday, there are marquee matchups in each time slot, starting with New Orleans at Tennessee. The question on everyone's mind is, what can Drew Brees come up with as an encore after his record-setting near-perfect game Monday night? The Saints need to keep winning in order to secure a first-round bye, while the Titans are riding the wild card bubble. Then it's Dallas at Philadelphia. Both are tied atop the NFC least with 7-7 records. This game will most likely decide the division title and a playoff berth. Finally, under the lights at Soldier Field, the Bears welcome the Chiefs. Team Mahomes is currently a game behind the Patriots for a first-round bye. As usual, I'll see you on Sunday at noon Eastern on the NFL Today on CBS. Meantime, Week 16 begins with 3 games tomorrow. My previews and picks are ahead in the next hour. I'm Boomer Esiason.
CBS Sports Radio.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage, $75 per month level rate for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110 per month, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rate guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Termbusters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-569-5440. That's 1-800-569-5440. You're probably paying more than you should. Call Termbusters, 1-800-569-5440, or visit our website at termbusters.net. Remember, 1-800-569-5440. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting. Exam required to qualify.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
My favorite part of the Sports Bar would probably be Lobos, Aggies, and Dallas Cowboys.
I just like all the Lobo coverage that you guys have and the in-depth parts that you give to the program.
I just love listening to you guys.
Sports Bar at 3 p.m.
You never know what's going to happen next, and it's hilarious. I love the chemistry. I appreciate you guys. You do a great job.
Weekdays at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
It's not too late to get something great. Get to Kohl's and take an extra 15 or 20% off. Save on the gifts they want, like fine jewelry, the Xbox One S, toys and games, a new Fitbit, fine fragrance, and so much more. Plus, get Kohl's Cash. Plus, stores are now open 24 hours through 6 p.m. Christmas Eve. You'll find new gifts at every turn this holiday at Kohl's. 15 and 20% offers valid December 10th through 24th with promo code BIG SAVINGS. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
I used to have more hair. I used to have more color. And I used to have cancer. I beat it. I did. Not alone. I used to have no idea what the American Cancer Society did. Research, yeah, but also free rides to chemo and free lodging near hospitals. I used to maybe give a little, then I got so much back. I used to have cancer.
Please give at cancer.org.
The UFC heads to Rio Rancho, New Mexico on Saturday, February 15th for UFC Fight Night.
That is crazy to watch, folks.
In the main event, it's a light heavyweight showdown as Corey Overtime Anderson looks to make it 5 in a row against Jan Blachowicz. And Tough One winner and fan favorite,
Uncle Lance
takes on Michelle Barrera. See UFC Fight Night live at Santa Ana Star Center. Tickets on sale today at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
People's Flowers for the holidays. Holiday flowers, holiday poinsettias, holiday fruit, and gourmet baskets. Flowers make a perfect holiday gift for that special someone in town or out of town. People's Flowers will make your home look perfect with ornaments, greenery, holiday arrangements, and wreaths. People's Flowers delivers locally or around the world. Complete your holiday list with simple beauty from People's Flowers' 5 locations. Shop today. Flowers say it all. People's makes the difference.
Hi, this is Jan. Thanks for calling Toyota.
Hi, Jan. I heard Toyotathon is on.
We've got great year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, Tundra, Highlander, and more. Do you hear that?
That would be my mom. I'm home for the holidays, and apparently she's still eavesdropping on my calls like she used to.
What was that again about year-end deals?
Mom.
Sorry, honey.
Okay. Toyotathon is on now. Come in today.
Right now, get $2,000 cash back on a new 2019 Tacoma or $2,000 cash back on a new 2019 4Runner. Toyota, let's go places.
Cashback savings from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. does not include college grad or military rebate. Must be applied to the transaction. No cash payment will be made to consumer. Tacoma cashback includes TRD Pro. 4Runner cashback excludes TRD Pro. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end January 6th.
Visit Toyota of Santa Fe, Larry H. Miller Toyota Albuquerque, or Larry H. Miller American Toyota. For more information, visit Toyota.com. Toyota.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Capital One knows life doesn't alert you about your credit card.
Next stop, Graham Street. And Brian in the khaki shorts. Your G&L energy bill went up 60% this month. Seems like you'd want to know. Stand clear of the closing doors.
So, meet Eno, the Capital One assistant that catches things that might look wrong, like increases to a recurring bill, then sends an alert to your phone and helps you fix it. Eno, another way Capital One is watching out for your money when you're not. Capital One, what's in your wallet? See CapitalOne.com for details. Limitations apply.
Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Looking back at bowl game history. Little Vegas Bowl back in the day. I remember that was there. UNM, UCLA. And then they played Oregon State and got destroyed by Steven Jackson. He had like 5 or 6 touchdowns on the ground against them.
I remember Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson.
NFL player.
With the Rams. First round pick.
Yeah, he was good. He was a good player. Got hurt late in his career, but he was good early.
And then there was that Emerald Bowl, which is always the bummer. That's the one that Dontrell got hurt in. They were playing Navy.
That's right. I remember that.
And then, well, we're talking bowl games because it's bowl season. Bowls get started today, but tomorrow it's New Mexico Bowl. San Diego State, Central Michigan, Dream Style Stadium, noon kickoff. And we've been going over some of the players, New Mexico released their team of the era because it's 13 years. New Mexico started in 2006, but they called it the all-decade team, and players that participated in the game. And this is why you just don't know who you're going to see. Now, go enjoy some football. Derek Carr, Michael Gallup, Aaron Jones, Colin Kaepernick, Kyle Van Noy. You heard of them?
Yeah.
Probably hear about them a lot on Sunday.
Yeah.
Some of those guys are on your fantasy football team right now. They played in New Mexico Bowl.
Yeah. And that's what people don't realize. Even when you come out to Lobo games, there's guys that are going to be in the NFL that you can come out and watch. Jordan Love was here this year. He's going to be a high draft pick, from Utah State. So come on out, enjoy some football. Come watch. Because
you never know who you're going to see on the field. Like back in 1986.
Oh, man.
And we have the video. So if you're watching us on Comcast Channel 26, streaming us online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, on our Facebook page, facebook.com/the-OD in the AM. It's Lobos. It's Aggies. Who's under center?
Yes.
The
Aggie killer.
Ned James. Here we
the
go.
Lobos get a big break here. And Ned James looking for 7. Dodges Campbell. Kinder's chasing him.
Oh.
Scrabble.
And
Arbon
to Arbon for the touchdown.
Lobos. Look at that Ned James on the football field. Did you see that athleticism?
And Arbon makes his second touchdown catch of the year. Now, this is
Look at that.
tremendous
I love that. Going to his right. Play breaks down. Avoids one sack. Eyes downfield the entire time. Look at that block coming back. Giving you just enough time. Fantastic right James. Ooh, I like the quintessential scramble by Ned James. That is a great video. I found that on the YouTube. But that entire game, if you want to go back and watch the 1986 game between the Lobos and Aggies and see Ned James doing some work. By the way, UNM victorious 45-14. Great play, man.
It was good. It was fun. It was fun. Aggie killer.
Well,
little brothers to the south. You don't kill your little brothers to the south. You just win the game. You don't. We love our little brothers to the south.
Now,
can't talk too bad about them.
When I was looking at some of the stats from that year, I was like, Ned, 58%.
You got to step.
What's going on? You're the 60 and above guy.
I know.
That's what I hear all the time for it.
That's because they put me at receiver.
Yeah. However, you made up for it. You caught 12 passes for 174 yards and a touchdown as a quarterback that year. You were just an athlete. You were a football player. You also had 527 yards rushing because you were the chess piece on that field with Terrence Mathis and Rucker.
Terrence and Rucker, they kind of moved us around. I mean, it was interesting because Ben Griffith, God rest his soul, he was our offensive coordinator. We were 1 and 2 in the nation in total offense my junior and senior year. But he would walk up to us right before the game. Okay, hey, Ned, I need you to play slot. Terrence, you're going to play quarterback to start the game off. Rucker, you'll be on the side. Then he'd say, hey, Ruck, you're going to play quarterback. You're doing pretty good in practice. Ned, you go play slot. Terrence, you play wide today. And we ran the run and shoot with the triple option, and we ran it from underneath center. Guys are doing the RPO, the same stuff. Now they just do it from shotgun. It's the same stuff. But we ran a lot more read option and I wasn't as good an option runner as Billy was. Billy was faster. I was probably quicker, but Billy was really faster. Billy was really a good player too. But the option was really tough. And if you missed a read on the option, it was like to the bench. You're out. And I come from a place where I was passing all the time. I was a quick athletic guy, but I'd never run the option before. And you got to get those reads. And you watch that game, you'll see I missed a bunch of reads now, on the option. But no, it was fun. It was a long time ago. It was great. It was great to see.
Well, that was
the guy put it on YouTube. So
that was a great way to end the week watching Ned James throw a touchdown pass. So all the things you hear, it indeed happened.
Yeah.
Our quarterback, Ned James.
Yeah. Long time ago, people. Long time. Now, that was 8mm film that they converted to VHS, then converted it to digital. So some guy who we played with put those on YouTube. So that was fun to see. I got to know about that. So,
and that was a big stretch for the 86 football team. Yeah, you guys finished 4-8, but that stretch right there for you, you beat UTEP, Utah, and New Mexico State, so a nice little 3-game win streak.
Yeah, I like that. I got a chance to talk to Gary Anderson from Utah State, the head coach, and reminded him of that game and that he needs to go back and look at it. It's on YouTube. So hey, Gary, remember when you were playing center and you couldn't get 4 shots from inside the 1? You got to watch the end of that game.
43 victory, Lobos, over the Utes.
My good friend Philip Vaughn makes the tackle at the end of the game and saves the Lobos win against the Utah.
Look at that history.
Pac-12 killer Utes
made by Ned James. Man, appreciate you hanging out with us this week. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Always fun hanging out with you. Josh holding us down on Provi. You guys did another great job this week. Hoser,
get some rest,
thank
Hoser.
For everything that you do. Also want to thank Jeff Grammer, Albuquerque Journal, for joining us this morning. At the Jim Rome Show coming up next. Dan Patrick Show at 1. Sports Bar at 3. UNM women's basketball tonight gets started at 6:30 as they take on Ball State. Josh Ushaw, Nikki Heckroth, Lobato. We'll see you all at Dream Style Stadium tomorrow for the New Mexico Bowl. And also don't forget Austin Denton. Remember his life. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. at La Cueva of Austin Denton. You can check that out as well. Everybody, Meta World, peace and love. Have a great weekend.